I was more being a dick to Marco because, like, he's essentially interviewing you, and yet we have yet to do this.
Yeah.
You are now tuned in to this week's episode of our podcast. Today we are going to interview some of the greatest and most influential minds in our field. By sharing our collective expertise, we will show you how to harness, control, and use your own skill set to achieve ultimate success and live the life you want. And now, please welcome your host.
Are we starting?
Apparently.
Okay.
And your host.
Yeah, well, I'm your host, Tanner. I didn't know we were going.
Start asking questions I wouldn't have.
So
My bad.
Here we are, full crew, TA, Trashman, Flags, Marco, me, and a special guest, Stefan Logan.
And we live in effect too.
NFL, CFL player, new I guess coworker, teammate at Pro Sports Extra. He's going to be doing the Let's Talk Football podcast. Joining the team soon. Thanks for joining us. We didn't know we were going to have you, but
hey, man,
I'm glad to meet you.
I didn't even know I was going to jump on. We just started having a conversation, just joshing with each other. Next, here we go.
I like it.
I totally realized it was like 8 o'clock, and I was like, hey, people are going to come in, and we're going to do a show. Okay?
Yeah. It's 9 o'clock here in California. What is it? 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're in California?
No. He's in California.
I'm in California.
Where are you at, Stefan?
I'm in Miami.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little different there.
It's nice and hot.
It's not snowing in Miami. We're getting snow in Wisconsin.
He was talking about how he went out on his boat earlier, and I was just like, oh.
Fuck.
Yeah, I took my girls out for a nice little lunch.
Sure.
Just show them my appreciation.
Nice.
So that was always good.
So what you're signed on to do this new podcast? Tell the listeners a little bit about it. Is it going to be just you, and what are you going to be talking about? What do you want to accomplish with it?
Well, it's gonna be just me. I'm a solo. I'm gonna be a solo podcast, and I want people to understand that I played football for a long time. I did 13 years of football, but at the same time, I didn't name mine just like a football talk show. Mine's is Let's Talk Football, which is LESS, not LESTS, because I want to touch on a whole lot of different subjects. I don't want to just talk about football because with my lifestyle and what I've done and everything I've been through, I got a chance to dabble in some of everything. So I love fashion. Like you said, I love boxing. I love different sports. I love football. Of course, I had my own race car, so I'm into racing and stuff like that. So I kind of dabble a lot of everything. So that's why I said it's not only about football. Some people got creative stories, and people want to hear your story. So that's why I said Let's Talk Football instead of Let's. And plus, the wife came in with that name too.
All right, that's important. So you're married. You have a couple kids. You said.
Yes, I do. I have 4 kids. My wife have 2, so we got a total of 6. So we got a nice little basketball team up here.
Nice.
Oh shit.
I gotta circle back because now you just piqued my interest. You have a race car. What is it?
I got rid of it last year. Once the wife moved in, it's a lot of stuff I did once my wife moved in. I had my race car since 2009 when I was with Pittsburgh, and I had everything you want to name in that car. So from supercharger to nitrous to the seats to the gear changing to the gears to the nitrous buttons and cooling system. I spent a lot of money in that car that I was taking it on the track, but then, I changed over a little bit, so I got into messing with the boat. So it's that's a family thing. With the race car, that was just me by myself. With the boat, it's all about the family.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to get there now.
Boat is an acronym. Break out another 1,000. There's always something fucking wrong with it.
Don't remind me.
Believe me, I've had a boat. It's fucking.
But hey, that's fine though. It's
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It's expensive, but it's fun. I mean, it's just like anything you do. I mean, okay, let's think about this. It's not the same check that you're kicking out, but just think about for this podcast, you guys got y'all stuff, microphones, headphones, computers, and all that. I mean, you'll kick out probably a couple $100 to do, even though a bowl costs way more. But everything, you got to spend some money to make money. So, and I can also
Yeah.
use it if I want to rent it out, so I can do that.
Oh, that's
True.
smart.
Yeah. So that's how I look at it.
So
Airbnb and boats.
are you pretty
Yeah.
business minded with your? I mean, I don't know what your day job looks like. I don't know you from Adam, but
That's all good.
what does the day to day look like for you? I mean, you're retired from football, from what I
Mhm.
understand. So what does the day to day look like for you as a retired football player?
Well, as soon as I got done, I actually got a call from a school, a college, a Division II up in Pennsylvania, which is they call Lock Haven University. It's a Division II college. They called me and offered me the job like January. I was done in November. They offered me the job in January, so I've been doing that since February because we had to report in February. But with the COVID hit, I was able to come back home. So now we're doing a recruiting process. So in the meantime, I'm here with the wife, taking care of the family, and I said I wanted to do my own podcast because I'm like you guys. I like to talk. I like to entertain people. So I was like, hey, let me find another way to create revenue instead of just sitting home. Of course, you're spending money, but you're like, okay, I need to bring in more money. So that's what I said I wanted to do. So that's my everyday, and I've turned into a cyclist now. So I ride a bike, bicycle. I do that every day, like 30 to 40 miles a day. So
Dang.
that's
Good
my new.
fucking lord.
How did
Yeah.
you decide what? How do you get into that?
You know what? Once I got done playing football, I needed something to fill that hole. Like I needed something to give me that that urge to, like kind of like that burn when I'm like working out. So I needed something else. So I had bought a bike and was like, let me just ride this. So I started riding the bike a little bit, and then it got challenging to me when the wind was blowing, my legs was burning. So I was like, man, this would be cool. So I bought a bike. I bought another bike off of a guy, like one of them light Lance Armstrong type bikes.
Yep.
So I bought one of those, and then next thing you know, I just took off from there. I started bought all the gear. I got the helmet. Like I'll send Tyler a picture so you can see it. But yeah, I have all the gear, and I'm riding every day.
You
So
have
are
those,
you-
one of those like fucking helmets that like you fucking tuck back and you just like look up and it's like aerodynamic and shit.
Somewhat, yeah. Everything I have is aero. Like my
This
bike
is-
is aero. My everything they make for the bikes is aero. Like
This
the
is a-
glass, the helmet, to the clothes, it's all aero.
This is a branding opportunity for you. I mean, you're launching a new podcast, so maybe you get your logo on your gear or on your helmet. I'm
You
just saying
can, yeah, you
that
can.
might be a good option. Are you running races?
Like I'm gonna try to do that because we did in October because my wife had breast cancer. So we actually did a love versus cancer. So we
Okay.
actually did a love versus cancer bike ride, and it was a 40-mile bike ride, and it was a 5 or 10 mile walk for the ladies. So we had about over 100 people. We had put that together in like 2 months. It was
Okay.
crazy. It was really nice. Like we had a DJ, we had food, we had some alcohol. Like it was like people really liked it because of what we did. We put it together real nice. We had kits made, with the love versus cancer and everything, the logo. It was real sweet.
Nice.
Very cool.
Are you originally from Miami then?
Dade County, born and raised.
Okay, so we were talking earlier. I'm an indie guy, so
Okay.
people like Reggie Wayne, Edgerrin James, they all come up to the Colts and play with the Colts. You said you're kind of iffy on the Colts because of the quarterback, but then we got
Yeah.
some other ties too. So
Y'all have a sweet running back though. That boy Hicks.
Jonathan Taylor. Oh,
Jonathan Taylor,
Jonathan
Wisconsin.
Taylor and what number 21? What's his name? Hicks, right?
Naheem
Hines.
Hines. Yeah,
Hines.
Naheem Hines.
Ooh, that boy, that's good. I like him. To be honest with you, I liked Jonathan Taylor when he was in college, I think he's still trying to figure his way out. I mean, figure his way in with the NFL. But that boy Hines, whew, he is nice running that ball.
Well, and then we got Jordan Wilkins and Marlon Mack, who's on the DL, and Marlon Mack's on his he's on his contract year, but he got injured. So when Marlon Mack comes back, like we can potentially sign him, hopefully for like I want to see all the players get paid, right?
Yeah.
But Marlon Mack's been injured the last 2 years, and if we got Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines, Marlon Mack, Jordan Wilkins all on the roster, those are 4 1s and 2s on any team in the league. And I'll be excited for that.
I'll tell you that much. And I'm not even a Dolphin fan, but I cheer for them because that's my home team. But I'm not a fan of them like that. But, I got to root for them. All right, we got a new face on.
Yeah, so we're joined by a new guest, not a former professional football player, but he can handle wood better than anyone I've ever seen. Richie Ragins.
What's up? I was in the XFL, so oldest guy in the XFL. How you fuckers doing?
God.
He's the comedian, just so you know.
Yeah,
Richie meets Stefan.
Yeah,
Stefan.
Richie, this is Stefan Logan. He was a former NFL and CFL football player down in Miami, Florida.
Nice to meet
Richie,
you.
you're in Louisville, right?
Yeah. Louisville, Kentucky.
You in Kentucky?
Yeah, man. Now, where'd you go to college, man?
I went to University of South Dakota, so I was not far from college.
The
So I know
Coyotes.
about
Jackrabbit.
yeah, I know about Nebraska. I know about Kearney, where he's at right now.
Not the Jackrabbits, TA. Big
No,
difference.
not the Jackrabbits,
Coyotes. That's like
Yeah.
oil and water.
Yeah.
What, the
yeah.
Coyotes?
There's a reason why we don't go up north.
You went to a hockey school, but you played football.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, I had to do something. I couldn't stay here in Miami for the rest of my life because it was going down instead of up. So I had to get up out of here for a little while, but it was a great choice for me. So I'm all good with that.
There's a gorgeous woman behind every hill in Vermilion, right? Isn't that where University of South Dakota is?
Yes. Yeah. And like
I've
I
been
said,
there
it's always a gorgeous woman. My gorgeous woman, my wife, is right behind me. See?
And you guys met in college?
Beautiful.
Always.
That's great.
Yeah,
He just
always.
all of a sudden, boom, beautiful woman. Yeah, I got her right here with me. It's pretty slick.
Hey, always.
I wish I
Where's
could
yours
just do
hiding,
that.
Richie?
Snap my fingers, bang.
Hey, boom.
Look at that. Yo, you do magic too, dude. What the hell? I gotta get some money.
Yeah. Hey, ask Tyler. He knows. She's always with me, so I don't have to worry about nothing. She makes it easy for me.
It's low squared is what they call them.
Yeah, that's our name, Low Square. She came up with that, so I gotta think of the how we spelling it. LO with 2 at the top. Low Square.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, LO with the 2 at
Richie,
the top.
you don't have us posted up in the garage this time?
It's freezing out there, dude.
You don't have a heated
It's
garage?
really cold
What
out
are
there.
you, a
Like,
whore?
no, I'm in the kitchen, in the dining room this time, man. I got a wood stove out there, but I just didn't think of firing it up. I thought I'd do it from inside the house.
It's very civilized of you.
I'm a pretty civilized dude, man. What's been going on with you guys?
I mean, personally,
Shooting
harvest. Just harvest. Nothing else, literally.
That's it?
Well, today is day 1. I returned from my 2 weeks off from COVID. Survived the virus. But otherwise, yeah, just harvest.
I just got a test myself the other day. I'm telling you, if COVID was an STD, it'd be a whole different story.
It's
True. Do they jam?
As
Do
soon
they
as I say
jam that
STD,
swab?
Marco pops up.
Fuck you.
They can find a cream for sure for that shit, man. I mean,
Hey, let me tell y'all a funny story real quick. So Tyler been helping me. Tyler been a great help, man. He been trying to help me get all this stuff figured out so we can, get my podcast going. Like I got some people that's lined up. Like I got some big names lined up. I'm talking about with 1 million, 2 million followers. Like I don't know half of them, but they wanna be on the show. So Tyler was telling me how to set up the computer. No, this shit is forever. So I went and bought one of the microphones, like what you call them, pot cake, what y'all call them?
Marco.
Wait, I'm the pothead. United.
Hey, I got the one that like the brown, like the brown. So Tyler was telling us. So I got a microphone like Mr. Brown got a microphone like that. So Tyler, we was on the phone, we was on the Zoom for 3 hours and didn't get nothing done because we couldn't work because we couldn't get no audio. So I went and purchased a new microphone, which feel like you got a dick in your face, which I don't like.
I got it too. I got it too low. So
Fucking
now,
RoboCop stick.
now I have my microphone that's not even plugged up. So
He keeps playing with it, and it's not connected at all.
He's talking to the microphone.
Really
Don't worry.
professional.
Hey, so it looked like I'm using it, right? So I'm trying to position it the right way, you know? Like
Yep.
The placebo 3000.
But part of the reason why you're hearing Richie and Stefan Logan together is because I'm producing his podcast, and we were hammering it out beforehand. And then I realized, oh fuck, it's 8 o'clock. We got to record this shit. And I told him, hey, strangers are coming in. Say hello. He's okay with it.
I know. I open up Zoom and I'm like, oh shit, Stefan's here. What the fuck's going on here? Oh god.
How come you're wearing the Viva hat and Marco's not?
How am I? Oh.
White guy Monday or something. What the hell?
Oh shit.
Wait, is
no.
today Tuesday?
What's that?
Is
Yeah,
today Tuesday?
It's Taco Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah. Put some fucking lettuce on those tacos, Ronnie.
Marco, you can go fuck yourself with your lettuce. Fucking Mickey Mouse asshole lettuce.
Yeah, Richie, it don't worry about it. It doesn't have to make
You don't want to get into it, Richie. Me and Marco would yell at each other for an hour.
Oh, no.
Don't
No,
do it
that's
over.
okay, guys. That's fine.
Are you
So,
are you getting shut down in Kentucky, or what's gonna happen?
Yeah, they just shut everything down again for the second time.
Congrats.
Which, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But I still got, man, I got gigs in Texas. They don't give a shit about it in Texas.
No.
They don't.
Come to Nebraska. We don't give a shit about it here.
Texas actually just got rid of COVID. They voted it out.
They did, didn't they? We built the border wall, kick that COVID right on the other side.
Yeah, they were done. They left it in Austin. They're like, we don't need it anywhere else.
Like
Oh,
a Great
man.
Wall of China.
Actually, I'm doing this place. I went down there not long ago in San Antonio and did a show at this as a fundraiser show. And it was at this Mexican restaurant. And I walk in, I'm like, oh, this is gonna suck. It's in a strip mall. I go in there. This guy's been doing comedy there forever. The crowds were trained. The food was homemade. It was like going to your grandma's house. And now he's like, you got to come back and do another show. And we just booked it for the 4th and 5th of December. You get the whole door. I get the whole door. He's like, yeah, so I'm taking a Louisville comic down there with me, this kid, and we're going to tear it up in San Antonio, man. And then I just gave it to, you know, Alex Ramundo?
Yeah. Latin
You know,
Kings of
Alex?
Comedy.
Yeah, I just talked to him tonight, and I said, man, you gotta check this place out. So he gave me a gig in December, and I set him up with that place. So it's great. Best tacos
Ron White was
I've
married
ever
to his
had.
sister. Those guys that don't know Alex Ramundo, Ron White was married to his sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't help.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, and he sells the #1 tequila. You know,
Yeah.
Have you had that?
No, I'm not that kind of Mexican.
It's fantastic. Fantastic stuff,
What is
man.
there to do in Kentucky?
What's that?
Besides Kentucky Derby. What is there to do in Kentucky?
Leave.
Oh bullshit!
Moonshine.
We got so much. It's the most underrated state ever, besides the greatest horse race on planet Earth. It's got. We were voted in National Geographic the #1 best foodie town in America per capita.
Yeah,
We got
first
so
ever
many
Texas
great
Roadhouse.
restaurants. Yeah, we also got Olive Garden, which is a Kentucky thing, you know, and yeah.
You got some big wood down there in Kentucky.
No,
Big
the
wood.
wood's great.
Louisville
the women are
sluggers.
beautiful. It's there's art everywhere. There's all kinds. If you like to do anything outdoors, some of the coolest places ever. I think it's more than they got going on in North Dakota. I'll tell you that, bro. What else? You listen to the wind.
Kentucky has that famous military officer, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
He had a pretty successful run with the chicken industry.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it here, man. I really am a big fan.
Oh, man.
And if you ever want to come to the Derby, dude, I got you hooked up.
Yeah, I said I wanted to check out the Kentucky Derby one time just to say I went, but
Look, if you like to dress cool, it is the coolest fashion show on planet Earth. All the women are decked out with these hats and these dresses, and they're gorgeous. And everybody's all slick as hell, and you're out there on the bricks drinking great drinks and fucking winning money or losing. And you're watching people win and their lives be great or their lives go down the tubes right in front of you.
I can just
do there.
Yeah, I was about to say I can just see all these fancy dressed people, and here's Richie with no shirt on and just coveralls, fucking
like
3 buttons
with a flannel or something. What do you get dressed up?
Oh no! I get dressed up. I mean, I got a suit. It's called what do you call it? A wife beater. Yeah, it's called a wife beater. I got a sleeveless suit that I wear. And then, I got to be wearing my fighting shirt just in case some shit breaks down, and it will. I even get my fighting shirt.
Oh, my God. I cannot picture you in a suit. I just can't.
I know. You know what's funny is I clean up really well, but I always look like my mama just put the suit on me and, like, licked my forehead and did that shit, But I do. I dress up, funerals. Weddings.
Funerals and the Kentucky Derby is the only time Richie dresses up.
Or funerals and the Kentucky Derby.
Ooh.
So I'm on Twitter the other day. You're going to love this. And this girl puts on there, my vagina is depressed. And I write back. And if you're going to put something like that out there, you're going to get some comments, right?
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean,
You're
you put
asking
my
for it
vagina
at that
depressed.
point.
Yeah.
And so I put, well, let's turn that frown upside down, She's like, I was like, God damn, you can't, come on, honey, you can't.
Right, you can't post nothing like that and don't think you ain't gonna get no feedback.
Thank you.
Or you gonna get some feedback. It depends on who talking. I won't say nothing because the women they be. Wow.
Your woman's closer than all of our women right now, so
It's almost
we'll allow
like
you to
they're
pass.
all crazy, right?
That's what I think.
Wouldn't you agree with that they're all crazy?
So an old coworker of mine, a guy who just retired a few years back, had a saying. He said, "All women are crazy. You just got to find the crazy you can put up with."
Mm-hmm.
And I took that to gospel when I was first trying to find a girlfriend. And when I met my wife, I was like, that's the type of crazy I can deal with.
Right. Well, didn't I tell you
You
guys?
play the Xbox or whatever she's playing. I don't know if you can handle that kind of crazy.
Oh, for me?
No, for Ronnie, his old lady likes to play online video games.
Yeah,
Probably
she's playing
better
video
than he
games
does
right now. Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
He's like a pro.
Yeah, she's like legit, like very good.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, like better than anyone I know, like by far.
That's kind of tough being a dude, isn't it? Are we supposed to be better?
I didn't play video games until I met her.
He said that's kind of tough being a dude, ain't it?
No shit, right? We're all playing Call of Duty and shit, and she's fucking carrying me like a goddamn backpack through the fucking.
Right. Oh,
At least you're playing. I talked to my wife. I was like, I've been talking to the boys on the podcast, and I've been kind of getting the itch to get back into gaming a little bit. And I mentioned the Xbox, and she said, hell no. She didn't even just say no. She said, fuck no. No. like, what? I got 2 girls. They're 7 and 4. It's like they can go to sleep, and I don't know. Apparently, she likes attention from me or
So
something.
she's
I don't
Team
know.
PlayStation.
Say no.
Yeah.
You said
Right?
no.
Yeah, PlayStation.
Right. Okay.
Well, you were talking about the kind of crazy that you just got to figure out the crazy you got to pull up with, right? I mean, and that is kind of true. And I think too, whether you see a guy that's like Chris Bauer's always got like tons of hot chicks, parties with naked girls, mud wrestling always around him, and then you got a guy who's got a really good, strong, solid wife. They both paid the same price. It's just a different payment plan. You know what I'm saying?
God,
Think about
Richie.
it. Think about it. It's just a
You either
different
pay up
we
front
all
or
the
pay
same
as you
price.
go.
Weekly, monthly, by the day, all at once, you're still paying the same price for pussy.
So you sure is.
When I was on the show last time, did I tell you my awesome bumper sticker idea?
Oh God, no, you
I don't
didn't.
think so.
How about this for a
Flat
t-shirt
hard.
or bumper sticker? And one of you fuckers is gonna steal it, but I don't care.
Writing
So
this down.
it just says, "Pussy, almost worth it." Think about it. It's always just almost worth it.
Say,
No matter how you slice it, right? You would love that.
I'm gonna get that mocked up, and we can get that printed by Thanksgiving, actually, so we can catch.
I think I know
Black
about
Friday
30
deals.
people who would buy those.
We're gonna put Richie's website at the bottom.
yeah.
His tour
Hey,
dates.
I might get that. Look it up.
No, look at him thinking about it. You see him thinking about it right now. He's rolling around his
When you
head.
think
He's
about
like,
it,
damn.
When you done been through some shit, you like almost worth it.
Almost.
You have like that little cloud right there. Like,
Richie,
You
may
know.
I offer one modification to this?
What is
Instead of a bumper sticker, you get one of those magnets. Because occasionally you have to put up for appearances that it might be worth it. So it might have to leave the car. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but every guy that's laying in a jail cell somewhere is thinking the same damn thing. It was almost worth it.
almost
right.
worth it.
Your clientele is not able to buy bumper stickers, dude.
I mean, think about how, and it's got, and you know what? You got to put it in like letter type, like typewriter type, not, I mean, in Kentucky, probably Metallica letters or something, but, but the more you think about it, the more you just go, damn,
And the calendar letter.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
But anyway, guys, I gotta hop off because I have to go get the wife something to eat. We don't waited too late because Tyler was helping us with this doggone microphone that's not even plugged in.
Go take care of your woman, man.
Hey, Tyler, I'll be sure to hit you up tomorrow and we're gonna get these headphones and we're gonna try this thing out because I'm gonna be plugged in. I'm gonna be ready.
Nice to meet you, man.
Figure out how to get this dick going. You know how they say it.
Gotta get RoboCop's dick going.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
thanks
but it was
for
nice to meet you guys, man. I appreciate the show.
We
nice to
appreciate
meet
you.
you. Everybody,
good one.
look for the Let's Talk Football podcast with Stefan Logan. Glad to have you part of the team, man.
Hey, man, appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on.
Nice to see you,
Have a
buddy.
good one, man.
All right, bro.
That might have been the most ambitious crossover we've ever attempted.
Former Canadian
So-
and NFL football player meets Richie fucking Ragins.
Part-time woodworker, full-time jackass, Richie Ragins. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a match made in heaven.
No shit. Well, so I log on, right? And I like open up and I like wasn't paying attention. I look over and I see 3 boxes. I'm like, oh, Tanner must be in here early, or maybe Marco, by the grace of God, actually showed up on time.
I did show up on time, by the way.
Yeah, I know you did, and then I look over and I'm like, that's not Marco. That's definitely not Tanner. It's not Flegs. And I was like, holy shit, it's Stefan Logan. And I was like, the fuck? But yeah, no. That
People
was
tell us we're at our best when we don't plan anything. Well, here we are.
It's totally squarely on. This is squarely on me for my piss poor time management. Let's
Rich,
just be
when
honest.
did you get invited to jump on? Just curious.
Couple hours ago.
That's
He says,
actually
what are
pretty
you
good
up
for us.
to? He says, what are you up to tonight? And for some reason, I'm thinking, well, he must be in town. And then I went, oh shit, it's probably a podcast. So yeah, it was. I didn't have anything going. I did watch. I watched Terminator for the first time with my 16-year-old son. He'd never seen it.
Oh, how'd that
Your
go?
first time or his first time?
No, his first time.
Oh,
I was just.
okay.
He's seen a shit ton of movies, and I show him a lot. I've always showed him a lot of good movies.
Pornhub is a great site for that.
Yeah, and so just his first time seeing it, he was like, Dad, you know, the graphics and stuff aren't that good, but he said, this is a really good movie, and I really, it was funny. What was that bit? What was that about the Terminator? I don't remember. We said something about it. But anyway, we watched it tonight, and it was great. It was really fantastic. So we're going to watch Terminator 2 tomorrow, because that's even better, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not
The liquid dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The liquid dude. And when he's running behind the car, the way he
Yeah.
ran, that's like a dude that got cheated on. You know, that's
Where he like
the way
splits in half and he like comes
you run
back
after
together.
the dude that's doing your wife. That's the way you run.
That's Billy in the trailer park chasing the guy who just jumped out the window of the trailer.
That was DK Metcalf chasing that fucking dude down the other day.
Yeah.
Oh shit! You mean a month
claw
ago?
just-
Whatever.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what we said. I said, man, if they make these kind of robots in the future, because you know they make sex robots now that are like real people, right?
Oh yeah.
Where's
And
your
we're-
Whitney Cummings one?
Yeah. Well, the way they are now, the way people are now, I wouldn't get one of those robots, because if I did, it's a matter of time before she tries to sue me for lack of consent.
True. AI is gonna be a thing.
It's gonna be a thing.
There will be a Me Too 1210.
Yeah, you know the one will be a feminist, the one I picked.
Oh, this is the one I gotta take to fucking dinner she can't eat?
Yeah, right.
Get some
Well, this
oil
one's
behind
like
the
Gloria
ears.
Steinem.
Let me plug you in at the Applebee's type shit.
We gotta go to the charging station real quick.
A nice one at the Applebee's.
Rich, we are not great planners, like I mentioned before, but I did tell the guys to just hit me with like the weirdest, dumbest questions, kind of like we did last time. This one was for Crash Man, okay? And it's pretty good. What 5 voices do you think you've heard the most throughout your entire life? I knew it caused exactly what
know.
I thought. And that's what every good podcast host wants. Silence.
Well,
So-
here's the thing, because obviously I asked it. I've thought this through like 100 times, and your first thought are like people like your parents or like your friends. But honestly, I think the 1 and 2 that I've listened to the most are probably like KFC from Barstool.
Oh, podcast hosts.
Podcast hosts. KFC and Joe Rogan are probably like 1 and 2 for me.
Damn.
Well, number one has got to be yourself, right? I assume you've heard yourself.
But that's
Well, that's-
weird because
You
sometimes
can't
say-
count yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say you can't hear yourself.
and
Yeah.
especially
I mean-
if you hear yourself and you don't like the results, you can't change it.
I mean, Helen Keller wouldn't count herself.
No shit.
Okay.
Because she couldn't
Can't
count.
Well, my first thought was, Tanner, I'm asking the fucking questions here. I'm just kidding. Man, that's a
Our
that's a
podcast
tough
just
one,
got
but
hijacked, folks.
I'd have to say, voices. Wow.
Well, you can think of it like this: like if you were like a Guns N' Roses fan, like, and you listen to that much music, like think about like all the
Oh.
musical artists
Ooh,
you've listened to.
Steven Tyler's in my ears a lot.
Like
You.
for me,
That
it's
was
talk
really
radio.
creepy flags.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The way he said it, he kind of like
He
salivated.
adopted and then married a
Just a little
13-year-old.
bit there.
Yeah.
It's just a really interesting question. Like people, because I listen to so much talk radio that I really
Mhm.
couldn't put my finger on it.
I know what phrase Richie hears more than anything in his head. It's, I wouldn't do that.
Man, I don't. Besides, that's a tough question.
Yeah, it's
besides my
fucking wild.
parents. I
Well,
mean,
your
I
parents
can't-
could be in it, but let's be honest. Like after a certain age, like I have friends that I've talked to more than my parents, just because after a certain age, when you
Yeah.
move out, like I would put I don't even know if my wife is in the top 5, and I fucking live with her.
She's always
You know
talking
what?
to everybody on the
This
video
is going to turn
games,
into a whole
not
different
you.
podcast where we need to talk to you and your wife.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just leave that one alone, Trash.
I'm just saying, like I've known her for 6 years. I've been listening
long.
to. Yeah, it's not that long. Like I'm talking full lifetime. It's not just like the last year.
Well, for one, you're assuming I'm actually listening, which I think
Another fucking
bit of a
great point.
stretch.
That's fair.
Because could be the
That-
voice you're hearing is, you know.
The dial tone. I'm trying to think what shows I watched the most. I mean, what?
Oh yeah. Well, what if like people watched he
Alex
just died?
Trebek?
Yeah, Trebek.
Alex, yeah.
What the hell
Jeopardy.
does he? Jeopardy.
This
I
is
guess that's
Yeah.
only for what, a half hour?
I'm a huge Jeopardy fan, dude, and I watched it forever, never. Plus, before my parents passed, I was taking care of them for like the last 10 years, and every single night of the week, I'd make dinner and we'd watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
What is
and,
it? Half an hour or an hour?
Yeah, it's a half. They're both half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, I love that shit, and I can nail it too. I'm like 1824, JFK, the Parthenon, hydrogen. And I can answer the fuck out of this question.
One thing I found
I
out,
would-
I've spent my whole day asking like coworkers this exact question because it's kind of an interesting one. And I asked one of my coworkers, and he told me the entire cast of Seinfeld. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, every day when I go home from work, because I don't talk to this guy that much. Like, he's not like one of my closer friends that work at the company. It's like I go home and I watch Seinfeld reruns all night.
Jesus.
And I'm like, I literally told him, I said, I don't know if that's like the most like relaxed thing I've ever heard, or you might be like a psychopath. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's one of the two. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
it's one
could
of the
never
two.
watch that show fucking that much.
So
people
Speaking
say
of
the same
psychopaths,
about they say the same about like The Office or like Gilmore Girls. Like a lot of ladies watch Gilmore Girls over and over, or whatever. So I mean, it's just generationally. What was your show?
I don't get that. Why would you rewatch a
When I
show?
was-
Also,
When I was
Gilmore
young-
Girls was terrible after like season 3.
Jesus.
Oh, thank you.
Tyler.
Thank you. That was what was important to that.
I was about to
entire
call
thing.
Richie a fucking psychopath, but thank you for taking that.
Fuck. Okay.
You big Gilmore Girls guy, Richie?
Wifey watched.
No, not a fan. But I tell you what, I've seen all of the Andy Griffiths up till it went to color.
Ooh, yeah.
I've seen, and my kids have too, and I've seen every Twilight Zone episode with Rod Serling. And then I've seen 90% of The Office and all of Parks, which
What
I think is,
about you're old. What about MASH? Hogan's Heroes.
oh, totally.
Gilligan's
You're old.
Island.
Absolutely.
Fucking
Yeah.
A-Team while we're at it.
I grew up watching all the stuff my dad grew up watching because I guess he was a show recycler, and I never even thought about it. But like, television didn't get new to me until I like was in high school. So I grew up with Gilligan's Island, MASH, Hogan's Heroes.
Let me
Coach,
guess. John
Knight
Wayne
Rider.
movies.
Oh, a ton
John
of-
Wayne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the westerns. you
That
could
was
think of.
literally the only thing that got played in my trailer as a child.
Bonanza, Gunsmoke.
I feel like I'm home right now just saying those words.
What was that? What was that show about the radio station in Cincinnati?
WKRP.
WKRP in Cincinnati
That was one of my favorite shows.
with Lonnie Anderson's tits. Oh,
I Dream of Jeannie. What was the black and white one with the annoying girl? I Love Lucy. We didn't like that one so much, but it was.
Oh,
My
of course
first,
not. Is
Annoying.
it too ethnic for you?
my first two dogs were Lucy and Ricky.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Can we
had
talk
two
about how
cats.
great Smokey and the Bandit was, though? I mean,
yeah.
come on.
I called
Dude,
Brittany Frog.
every time I watch Smokey and the Bandit, I feel bad about trimming my pubes. You know, 'cause you just look at Burt Reynolds and you're like, I'm supposed to have a big hairy man bush, you know?
Yep.
I watched Unforgiven the other night. Okay,
Yep.
are you
Yeah.
still laughing about the Burt Reynolds man bush? Come on, man.
Who
He had pubes on his
I'm
face.
just pictures
Who
ingrained.
thinks-
Like
Who looks
you can't
at
get
Burt
away
Reynolds
from
and
him.
Thinks, damn, my bush isn't impressive enough.
This Bush was driving the Bandit, motherfuckers. Okay. You ever done that shit? You bunch of pussies? Hell
Oh
no.
my god. The T-tops.
Fuck yeah.
Was that was so he could get the volume on the Bush. That makes sense.
It does.
Hell yeah. I got a cousin named T.A. and he said he had a Trans Am and he'd say, pull up and go, it's T.A. and the T-Ray. No, T-Ray. It's T-Ray and the T.A. That's what he'd say when he pulled up. Mullet. T-Ray and the T.A. I said that backwards.
So we got Tyler Allen. We
Yeah,
always
yeah,
call
T-
him TA.
Yeah,
so,
I think we just found the title to this episode.
PA and the T-Ray.
Tyler looks like he's about to die.
And I did and I actually turned it into a character. I used to go on stage and I'd put on a wife beater and this mullet wig and walk on stage, be like, hey, man, hey, what up? You know, and do this whole character, dude. And you guys know Adam A?
Nope.
I do.
I do.
No.
Okay, well, she's a comedian, and she's a queen of Southern sass, and she's got on, like, cat glasses, and she's like a trailer trash lady, and she wears a bandana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and a fat suit and all this. And I'd been doing comedy, but I'd never met her before. And they had an open mic night before one of her shows in Lexington. And I watched her show, and I put that costume on and walked up to her after the show. Said, hey man, you're funny as fuck. I mean, you're fucking funny as fuck, dude, like that. And she was like, thank you. And like, she thought I was totally real. And I pulled the thing off and introduced myself. And that's how we met. She's like, you dick.
You would give him a character to do stand-up? I love
just
it.
for a little while. I was fucking
That's
around
awesome.
with something. Well,
that's no different than the puppet dude.
You could get away with anything. I'd come up, and I never stopped moving. I had the wife beater on. I was just,
I mean, if
doing shots and.
If you think about it, Larry the Cable Guy is just a character.
Yeah.
Dan.
But the thing is, once you're a character, you got to be a character forever. So I just fucked around with it for a while.
Whitney.
I swear to God,
though.
he is.
I could totally see that. Like if you're working on your next hour, but you want to get like a fresher crowd or whatever, I could see that. Like show up as someone else and just see how they react.
The fun thing about it is you can totally get away. You can be free. It's really free when you're a character because you're not you.
Yeah.
And you can be as stupid as you want. You can say the dumb. It's like being Trump for a night on stage.
That's right. That's what Marco.
And people are gonna go, yay!
Marco's been doing like that cross-dressing roller derby league. COVID affected that, but he was saying the same thing. He likes doing that because it's a character.
He somehow created some high heel roller skates for that though.
Yeah.
So he's in the high heel cross-dressing roller derby.
He says it's more of an escape. The pressure of being Marco builds up, so he wants to be, someone else for a weekend. And they do tournaments, so he's been traveling a little bit. But like I said, COVID slowed that down.
He was just trying to get away from the stress of planning his fifth wedding and possibly fifth divorce.
I mean,
Well, that's actually where he met one of his wife.
Yeah, let me tell you something. If you marry a guy on roller skates, he ain't sticking around long, okay?
platform rollerblades. Let's be honest.
That's a shotgun wedding.
Good God.
Hey, if you're gonna get married in roller skates, don't get married on a hill, okay? Just a little bit.
It was downhill quick.
Little advice from Uncle Richie right there. So I mean, obviously that question there, Trash Man asked about the 5 voices. That's a damn good question. I don't like complimenting Ronnie because his head's already so big. He sits on this trash empire, He always won't shut up about it. But that was a damn good question.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think. We got a lot to think about when you're in a junkyard,
True.
Honestly, if you get stuck with your own thoughts for too long, you come up with some really stupid shit, but you come up with some pretty good shit too.
I got a notes app, so I just did my 2 weeks, and I just wrote down like every time I had like a dumb random thought, I would ask my girlfriend, she'd look at me blankly, and then just ignore me, which is justifiable. But now I'm going to ask you guys some of these. So I had this thought the other day when I was making a bagel, and then the next meal was sloppy joes. What is the difference between bagels and hamburger buns? Except
you
for
call
just
them
like
bagels?
Wait.
Just,
Yeah. Circle.
To dive
Bagel?
in that
Bagel.
Ba- ba-
Bagel? Like
bagel?
flagel bagel.
Bagel.
Flagel.
It's bagel.
Bagel. Flags.
Whatever. You know, we all live in different parts of the world. We pronunciate words differently. Get over
Pronunciate?
yourself.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah,
So
we do
these are my
pronunciate.
testicles.
Oh my god. Okay.
So
Fuck you guys.
okay,
Anyways,
you're eating bagels and sloppy joes.
yeah. Well,
Hey,
but
Tanner.
you look at the hamburger bun, you look at a bagel, and you're like, this is the
Tanner.
same fucking thing, except for one just has a hole poked through the middle
Tanner.
of it. What?
You do say some things kind of off.
Who cares?
So I don't know if I was. You call McDonald's McDonald's?
It is McDonald's.
It's McDonald's.
No way.
Man, he's gonna go to McDonald's.
There
and
is
order
no
a bagel.
fuck-
What's that
fucking
puncher
A.
we like? What's his name?
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, and it's spelled how?
Yeah, but
MC, just like McDonald's, MC. Shut
yeah,
up.
it's
Back to my question. The hamburger buns and the bagel.
makes no sense.
Okay, first of all, you're
McCarthy
so much to work with here.
McCarthy. It's McCarthy.
Get off the pronunciation. I talk weird. What do you want? I'm not gonna. I can either stop talking, so you can find a new host, or you can deal with it. I'm not apologizing.
okay. So
You don't have to
so a
apologize,
bagel
but we're going to
sound-
give you shit for it.
Just
Bagel
derails
sounds
this.
like something from Harry Potter or something. It's one of those people that don't believe in something. I don't know. Anyway, what? No, that's a Muggle. Okay.
Oh,
Bagel, bagel.
Okay, so-
Bagels, bagels, yeah.
Yeah, Muggles, bagels, same thing.
Get
First of all, you
Stefan
can't
back
hardly bite through a bagel. I think
Why?
they're terrible. I don't like bagels.
Bagel.
Yeah.
What?
Get a bag. So what do you carry your bagels in?
What do I carry him in?
Yeah, would that be a bog?
It'll be a
Bag.
bagel bag.
A
A
bag.
bagel bag.
Bagel bar.
Do I
Got
say
a sack
bag
of
weird?
bagels.
You guys could spend an entire week picking on the northern U.S. accent. Okay, I get it. We say things weird.
Did you ever eat it? The sloppy Joe? I think they're hard.
Yeah.
Bagels are hard to eat. It's just too much work for me. I want a big
What do
soft
you
white
mean?
bun. What?
Depends
They're
on the
fucking hard to
bagel.
eat. They're hard as rocks.
Yeah,
Never-
bagel.
You
You
put cream cheese on them, and you just, I don't know, they're good. I'm not talking about the quality of them, but like, they are the same thing, but literally just a hole is poked in the bagel. Can
But-
I at least get an agreement?
Listen, that's fine if you like weird shit, but a bagel cannot stand in the same arena with a goddamn buttery biscuit. There's no way.
I really enjoy how Richie's like fighting to not say bagel now.
I know it keeps coming
Okay,
up.
all right, because you guys aren't gonna fucking let
So
this go.
no.
How do I
We're not
say
going
it?
away from this.
How
Hold
do
on.
I say it?
When I go to McDonald's, I can order a sausage, egg, and cheese bagel. I
No,
can
you
order
can't.
a
They took it
sausage,
off the
egg, and
menu.
cheese
They took it off the menu.
or I can
He said
order
it
a
took it off the
sausage, egg,
menu.
and cheese. It's just, but when it comes to like when you put it
Look
in
at Tyler.
terms of a sloppy Joe won't even sit inside a bagel. It'll all fall out in the middle as soon as
Oh,
you
Would
take
if
the
you
first
didn't
bite.
put the fucking
Yeah,
hole in
it's
there.
like you press it down.
But
it'll
there's
be like
no
what happened to
hole.
the Terminator.
Yeah.
It's liquid. You push
We
it
call
down
that
and it
a
all falls
callback.
through.
Yeah. But a
But-
bun would soak it. Fuck, I'm gonna have to rename my kids now, bro. What the hell are you doing to me?
Dude,
I may
I'm
be
just
late to the
saying
conversation here, but what do you call a bagel that doesn't have a hole in it?
a hamburger bun.
It's a different kind of bread.
McDonald's or bagel.
Croissant.
No, you could stick a microphone in there and make a mic stand if one was laying flat on the ground. They're that fucking hard.
What are you talking about?
What's
I feel
that
like
hard?
you've only had shitty hotel bagels because you're a comedian.
No, I'm a food guy. I'm a food snob.
Doesn't mean
I've worked at
you.
the, I've
Doesn't
worked
mean
at
you've
the
had
finest
good food.
restaurants in the world, man.
Oh yeah, the finest restaurants in the world are known for their bagels.
No, they're
I
they're
can't
smart
get
enough
over
not
the
to sell.
bagels.
No, they
I
have.
feel like you don't have an appreciation for the average shitty guy food.
Are you fucking out of your mind? God,
No,
did you hear
hey.
me just give an ode to the
average
biscuit?
shitty guy food does not consist of a bagel.
Ode to the biscuit.
Listen,
That's the
I
next-
got I'll make a bologna burger that just make you slap your mama, dude. I can cook like my husband's gonna come home and beat me. I can
Hey,
jam on a
Richie,
stove.
Richie, tell me how white trashed is this? This is what I made earlier today. I may have been under the influence of marijuana. I made hamburger helper and white cheddar macaroni and cheese. I mixed both of those things together after they were made. I put them in a casserole dish. I put some shredded cheese, baked that bitch for 10 minutes, and then put some Doritos on top.
Dude, I think it's brilliant.
I don't know if that's white trash.
That's
I don't think
it's white trash.
innovative.
What's the
It's
equivalent
more
of white
stoner.
trash for Mexican people? Not that they're related. Not that these two things are related. I just want to know.
It's not tortillas. It's Doritos.
No, the question here is, did you put the casserole dish in the oven or have to light a fire under it? That's how you know it's redneck.
It went into an oven.
Okay, so there was no blowtorch involved to cook it. Then you're good.
All right.
Dude, I used to take I would take ramen noodles and then bean with bacon soup and put them in a pot together with cheddar cheese. It's the best shit you ever had in your
That
life.
sounds way
man.
more white trash than what I just said.
No,
I could though.
I take ramen and I dice up my beef jerky that I buy from the gas station, and I throw that beef jerky in with the ramen, and it adds some extra flavor. there.
Indiana for the win.
I put hot dogs in mine. I chop up hot dogs and put them in there. But I use the good shit.
At the fraternity back in college, these two dudes, Matt and Chad, they were like inseparable. We'd always take turns like weekly cooking crews, and like they made this thing called Ramen Delight, and it was just like 36 packages of ramen, but instead of boiling it in water, they just boiled it in like Miller High Life. And they
Wisconsin coming from
thought it
behind.
was the greatest fucking thing in the world. And
But the
they thought
alcohol boils
They thought
out.
they were just geniuses. They're like, this is so much better. We never had the heart to tell them because they thought they were serving us like the equivalent of prime rib. They were just so proud of themselves. Like, we hacked ramen. We figured it out, baby.
Man.
We were like, yeah, man, this is awesome. Like,
Fucking Matt and Chad, have those guys ever worn a baseball hat with the lid forward ever once in their life?
yeah, I mean, they're farmers, but it definitely says like John Deere and IH on it. Yeah, I don't know.
International Heart.
Dude, that's crazy. No, man. I used to work at La Petite France in Richmond, Virginia, this French restaurant where I met this guy. The chef there was Chef
Fabulous.
Paul. Huh? Hey,
He was
man.
fabulous.
He was so happy. Dude, he's the most non-gay dude ever. And his wife, Marie, was a bitch. And, like, I mean, they were so French, too. Like, I bumped into a table I bumped into some chairs one time, and she turns around and goes, "You stupid oaf." She called me an oaf. I weighed like $120. I'm like, oaf? Don't you have to be this tall to be an oaf? Like, you know. But I worked in that kitchen. I'm gonna tell you something, dude. That motherfucker could jam. I mean, his food was so good, and you got a shift meal every time. Like, and he would give you. All he did. The special was what he cleaned out of the fridge, what he was throwing away, and he would whip that shit up. Those sauces were so fucking good. It was to die for. And he was a dick, and he'd get drunk every night and throw pots and pans and shit. And it was just like you'd
And
think
now he's
on,
got a TV show called Gordon Ramsay something or other.
Yeah, he was like that chef in Ratatouille. He was like that dude. He was just fucking. Wait, hold on 1 second.
Ronnie has no idea what that means.
Oh my God, Richie's actually running. He's using is that a lazy Susan on top of the fridge?
Oh, look at this. Can you see this? Okay,
Does
this
he have
is
a
his book.
cooking
This
book,
is
Lazy
book,
Susan?
right?
For everyone
This is a real
listening,
fucking
it's a
book, dude.
cookbook.
It's a real thing, okay?
He's showing us a cookbook.
Never
Yeah,
been
sorry.
opened before. This
It has
first time it's been
words.
opened.
What
You
is
kidding
it?
me? Look at how beat up this fucking thing is.
Describe
Look,
it.
Here he is. Come on.
This is
Oh,
the French guy's
Yeah,
cookbook.
this is the guy I used to work for.
Oh my God, that looks like a fat Chevy Chase. Doesn't that look like Chevy Chase?
Yes.
Kinda.
What's up with
Dude,
the
he was,
eraser hat?
He was the world's youngest
Damn.
master chef.
That looks
was
like
a-
a fat Chevy Chaser back in the 70s.
Dude, the guy was the world's
Huh.
youngest master chef. Do you know what that means? That's like the highest culinary thing on planet Earth. He's a sommelier, an expert in wine. He didn't go to the Cordon Bleu cooking school in France because he thought it was bourgeois.
Oh, and I've had those things.
What the
No
You put them in
shit.
the oven. You hold on. I know the answer to this. So
It's a
the
bagel.
Cordon Bleus, they're those little fucking
God.
things you can get them,
Oh my God.
and then you put them in the oven, and it's got the ham and the fucking stuff in
Chicken.
them, but you can't let them cook too long.
Yep.
'Cause that shit'll start pouring out the sides.
Yeah,
What
it's
kind of
chicken
cheese?
stuffed with ham and Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
That. That one.
Yeah, and they're fucking great, dude.
So
And
good.
I've never had better food ever in my life, and I got to eat it every single night I worked there.
So who's cooking for Thanksgiving this week? Anybody else cooking?
doing it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh fuck! I got a deep fried turkey. Never mind.
We don't
Deep
get
fry?
to do
Oh, that's the
Thanksgiving.
best way to go.
You're gonna deep fry? Are you gonna blow up the fucking house?
For one, this is my second deep fried turkey this
What
year.
the fuck?
Trash man, log back out or log out and log back in. You sound
Yeah,
like you're underwater.
Fuck off.
Dude, you gotta listen. I just got one little tip from Uncle Richie. Okay, if you're ever gonna do a deep fried turkey, film it. Just set the camera up. There's so much gold in there.
Can you clip him saying one little tip from Uncle Richie, please? Tia?
I've deep
Just
fried
the tip
several
with Uncle
turkeys.
Richie.
This is my second one this year.
I might
know
even have it as
all
a
the
button.
And we haven't seen Bree since.
She's actually down and out, man. She had this
Got
past
a
Yeah,
nose
Friday.
job or something? What happened?
She had so she had her tonsils out. She had to have her septum straightened, and she got the tunnel to go into your nostrils widened out. She could never breathe through her nose.
The fuck
Yeah.
you do to her? No.
It was so when her now 14-year-old kid was a baby, he headbutted her, so it it fucked up her septum, and then I guess she's never been able to really breathe through her nose that well. So they did all 3 surgeries at once.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
How's
so
she
she's,
doing?
Pills from the doctor.
she's and she also hasn't ever been able to take pills, so she's just on liquid medication right now.
Holy
And,
shit.
Why? No. Go back. Why hasn't she been able to take pills?
I don't know. It's like a consistency thing or whatever. Like she's one of those people that just can't take
Yeah.
pills. Like
Yeah, I mean, that's
can't
fairly
swallow.
common.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
people
Alright.
who can't do that.
yeah. So she like legitimately it's fucking hilarious because actually right here
Is her
whenever she
voice
had to-
different now?
she can't really talk. So
Oh.
she's got this muddler, right? For when she does have to take a pill, she has to crush it and then eat it with applesauce. So my
What the actual
son,
fuck?
it's a muddler. It's like for people who like to
She's
crush
making lines of Tylenol.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like you're about to fucking snort some Oxycontin.
So hold on. So my son saw this because she just leaves it laying around because she legitimately uses for pills, right? And then my son saw it. And he's 10. He goes, "Is that for cocaine?" And I'm like, "Wait. For one, why would you think that? And for two, where did you get this information?" I had to like fucking cut off his TikTok and shit because
Dude, it's what the
I don't
kids
understand
are
why.
doing. Muddling their coke now.
Yeah, apparently. But
You gotta
no,
keep up.
She's
Marco's kids fucking
Yeah.
crushing up Oxy 80s.
Well, I
and
got one kid stealing my weed and filming herself smoking it and then getting caught, and I got the
Just
other
don't
one
film
over here.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
So-
problem. Just don't put it on film.
So
You're
Dude,
so
that's
lucky
how-
you're
that's
old,
how-
Richie.
That's how much I care about my kids. I had my weed so good I can't even find it. It's like, man, I'm too good at this.
You got away with everything as a kid because there's no social media. Well, you too, Marco. You're like, what, late 30s or something.
sure.
You guys got away with a lot of shit. Social media was like booming when I was coming up to get into trouble.
Right?
We were, I don't know.
You skating?
Yeah, we went down to the park.
Cool.
Gave him some trick tips.
Is
There
that
you
your
go.
kid?
Yeah. You want to say
No.
hi?
You created him?
Might as
You
well.
have a
Come
child.
here. Come here, buddy.
Suck
Come
it.
here,
Dog.
Evan.
He's talking to him like a dog.
Come here.
Come here, buddy.
Sit.
This
Sit.
is my boy. Say hi.
How's it going?
How's it
What's
going,
up?
How you
man?
doing, bub?
What's up, man?
Julian. Julian Reagan, son of Rich Ragins.
He's got the TikTok hair going.
That's right.
Those long.
And look, this is my buddy Evan. He's another comedian friend of mine, dude. He's funny as shit.
Hey,
What's
what's
up,
up, man?
Evan?
What's up, brother?
Do they make that hat in super big for my head?
I
I
do take
don't
that
know,
hat.
man. You kind of have to have a certain style, and I would say you're not making it, man.
That's all right.
And we appreciate the
I
bluntness.
fucking love that.
Internet dating, you'll be good.
That's I'm married, but that's cool.
Is that dude wearing a set of red pants? Unironically?
Oh my god.
Right? Mm.
That dude's rocking red pants, unironically?
Dude, he's a fashion dude. He kills so much. Is my son here still here? Pussy. It's crazy. Sorry.
Good God, Richie.
Is that the comedian that's going with you to San Antonio?
Yeah, he's coming with me.
Very cool.
He's funny, dude. He's funny.
Oh,
I'm
he
after
seems
Richie.
like it.
Really good. Well, he's only been doing it a year, and he's getting all kinds of attention because he's super original. He's real dark. He's, he used to be a heroin addict, and now he's a drug counselor.
Not bad.
And so
I bet he's got some
counsels
fucked
Which
up
by
one
day
stories.
and
does
sells
better,
their weed
right?
back to him at night. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're big buddies, but I'm gonna take him with me. It's his first real out of state gig.
You could pack him in your suitcase. He's so little.
He is. He's a little dude.
Compact.
We're both little. I've already tried to fold his legs back, but there wasn't a suitcase involved. Nah, he's my buddy, dude. He's a good dude.
Do you have
Yeah,
a dog?
dude.
You were calling your son like a dog. Do you have a dog?
No, my dog just died, but thanks for bringing that up. I can think about that the whole time now. I appreciate it.
dude. Yeah, I'm proud of you.
No,
What
man,
kind of
I had a
dog?
dog. I had a big brown chocolate lab for 13 years. He passed away about, 9 months ago, and I still got his bowl and stuff in there. I can't even move his bowl out of the kitchen.
I bet
It's
you
terrible.
this is a question you've never been asked. What kind of job would your dog have if dogs had jobs? What kind of job would he have had?
Well, he's a lab, so he'd be in the Coast Guard.
Oh.
That fucker's the first guy in the water every time.
Well, I didn't even think about that. I mean,
He
that's like a
rescued
whole
people.
separate question.
My
what
dog,
branch of military would your dog be in?
the Navy.
Flags, what you got?
What kind of dog you got?
I got a mutt. He's we bought him. He was supposed to be a lab mix, but when you buy lab mixes from a rescue shelter, it's basically a pit bull. So we got us a good pit bull. He watches over my girls, which is good. But if he were a part of I don't know. I guess he would be
Are you real high?
a little
yeah.
drunk, not high. I don't know. I guess he'd be a Marine. He's not real smart, but
Oh, what are you trying to say?
Oh,
he
God.
may eat some crayons every now and then. He'll eat some crayons as a Marine, and he will protect the shit out of my girls, though. So I appreciate the shit out of my dog, and he's a good boy.
Maybe he'd be a cop.
Yeah.
What's he like around black folks?
He's black. Hey, he's black himself. So here he is. He's black. So
Oh,
we're
there
good.
he is, doggies.
He's been over here a while, but he's been sleeping.
He's
so.
taking a
his
nap.
name?
He's taking a nap on the couch. He'd be a Todd McComas type of cop.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Wrigley.
It's Bagel, isn't it? It's Bagel.
It's fucking MacDonald the dog. God damn it, Tanner.
I don't understand how that's confusing to you.
Well, what's funny to me is growing up, like my last name is Flagel. So my nickname all through elementary, high school was Flagel Bagel. And then somehow in college, I've got an older brother and we went to Ball State together. And so he was Flagel Bagel and I was Flagel Bagel Bite because I was the younger brother. So when somebody says Bagel, it really just throws me off because I've literally
just a-
been called Flagel Bagel my entire life.
That's
Too
just
much.
a long nickname.
Yeah,
Like,
flagel, bagel, bite. Like, how are you supposed to? You can't even get like a cheer going with clapping. No,
my
Dumb.
nickname was 4 letters. That was it.
that's a dumb name. 4
Fuck.
letters.
No, Dirt.
Oh,
Dirt.
Yeah.
I think you've told us that before.
What was that Peanuts character?
Oh, Dirt. Oh,
Pigpen.
Pigpen, yeah.
Richie has a buddy named Pigpen. You don't even have to deny it.
You fucking already know I do.
Yeah.
I
You
do.
look
And
like
I
a
got
guy
people
who
that
hang
got
out
that
with
clout around them too, buddy.
Pigpen.
You know?
God.
Oh,
What-
man. That's funny.
What do you got going on besides Texas, Richie? Or how many dates do you have in Texas?
I'm just doing this thing in December, and then I got that thing Alex got for me here. It's going to be cool. He's renting out this place, someplace over in Indiana. He's going to do a 4-camera shoot. So we're just gonna get some really good shit to send out. You know, really
In
good
Indiana,
tape.
where at in Indiana?
He didn't say. He just said it was in southern Indiana, right across the river. So I didn't ask him what the location was, but that's going to be on the 8th, and then the 9th. And so I don't have anything. I don't have anything after that. And it's funny because he called me up and said, "Hey, the only thing I got booked to the rest of the year is this thing in San Antonio on the 4th and 5th." He calls me up. He's like, "Hey, I got a gig for you." I said, "Let me guess when it's going to be. It's going to be the weekend of the 4th and the 5th." He goes, "Yeah, how'd you know?" I go, "Because that's the only thing I got booked." Fuck. So so I just got those two things. I've been writing quite a bit. And then the other day I found one of my old comedy books at my ex-wife's house. I was helping her do some shit. I found a box of shit. She was cleaning out her basement, and there's a whole box of my shit getting ready to go to the dumpster. I'm like, there's family photos and all this shit in there. I'm like, you think you could have maybe told me? I could have just, but I found one of my old comedy books in there, and man, I can't even tell what half the shit means. But I got about 7 or 8 good jokes that like premises off of it that I went on stage a couple weeks ago before they shut the place down. I got some others right here.
Did you follow the same premise that you remembered from back then, or did you just come up with a new premise off of what you wrote down?
A little of both. A couple of them I did. I think one of them was I said I don't mind my proctologist having a sense of humor, but I think the slide whistle's a bit much.
Good God.
So that's what I'm doing there. And I found a bunch of this other shit here. Oh, this is where I was trying to teach myself Spanish.
How long ago is this from?
Oh, I don't know, bro. It's a million years ago. I've been doing it 30 years.
Jeez.
How old are you?
55.
75.
55.
Yeah. You ought to
So
try it.
You're a few years. You're about 10 years younger than Marco.
Man, that really brain froze me for a minute. I'm like, wait, he's way younger than me.
No, Marco's just an old
Well,
fucker.
I wish I had Marco's skin, man.
Is this like
he's tan?
hold on. Is this like a Buffalo Bill situation?
what
Do
kind
I
of
need to
Ed
be
Gein
worried?
shit is this? Somebody check
Hey,
that
Marco,
man's
you wanna come over
lampshades.
soon?
Put some lotion on the
Well,
skin.
Well, don't you get it? That's where the good skin comes from, putting the lotion on the skin. Get it together, you guys. Come on.
God.
I've been around you. I'm like a little bit bigger than you. I can see where my skin would fit. You know what? I see where you're going with this, Richie.
I don't.
You
At
do.
all.
You know what there is, Marco?
Silence of the Lambs, bro. Silence of the Lambs.
There's enough of you to make a really cool jacket and a pair of slacks, okay? That's all I'm hoping for. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put in Breeze Septum and be a whole new guy.
Oh, you man.
Bree's only about yay tall, so I don't know if you're going to get much out of her.
Oh, they met at McComas's over the summertime. That was a wild weekend, man.
Dude, it was. And
Are
tell
you
her I
gonna-
hope she feels better, Marco.
I won't, but that's fine.
I know. You'll forget. I'll tell her.
Are you gonna
I
do
saw her
anything?
sang the other day.
Are you gonna do anything with Todd and Sean now that they're kind of working together on some stuff? Or
Well, we just went down. You know about his documentary?
oh, that's what I wanted to bring up.
Yes!
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, I went down there to Alabama twice with him. It was funny because McComas calls me and goes, he goes, hey man, he goes, what are you doing the next couple days? And I said, nothing. He goes, pack a bag. I'm coming to get you. He comes rolling through town. I throw a bag in the car, jump in. We're off to Alabama. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, man, we're doing this documentary about this lady named Ann Hodges that got only person on record ever to get hit with a meteorite. It came through her home, through the roof of her house, bounced off a radio in 1954 and hit her. And she became an international star because she got hit with a meteorite. But she ended up dying broke and alone. And so it's him. It was Stuart Huff's idea. You know Stuart Huff?
We've never met.
I don't think so.
Dude, this guy is like the closest thing we have to Mark Twain. He's one of the greatest storyteller comedians you'll ever see. He's fucking fantastic and the coolest guy. So they're working on it. He says, just come down and fuck around. So I went down there and I helped out with a whole lot of the stuff. And we met all these cool people down there in Sylacauga and all that. Now, all this shit's going on in this town, dude. Okay, not only does a lady get hit with a fucking meteorite, Right around the corner from her, there's a guy who got hit by lightning. Then he got hit by lightning again and killed. Then they buried him, and lightning hit his headstone. They replaced the headstone, and lightning hit it again. Now it's just a pile of rubble. And right around the corner from him, there's a dude, there's a lady that's 3 kids died at one time, and she mummified them and stuck them under the bed.
What the fuck?
Then the authorities found out about it, and they made them build a tiny little house, like 5 feet by 5 feet, that matched their house 10 feet away, and they kept them in the dead kid house.
Wait,
What
the
in
cops
Alabama?
made them. They didn't bury them. They just put them in the little house.
No, sir.
I just wanted to know how the vacation was. You have all this happening. What the
I've
fuck?
heard some crazy stories about.
I kind of
Alabama.
figured you'd do some like man on the street bullshit while you're down there, but apparently you just learned about some fucked up shit that's happening in Alabama.
No, we did a bunch of man on the street shit. On top of that, we meet this dude who's a world-class sculptor who lives in it's called Sylacauga, Alabama, and it sits on the greatest stores of white marble in the world. Like people from Europe, Italians and French people come over to buy it all the time. And this guy, I meet him and we become buddies. His name's Craig Brown. He's a fucking fantastic sculptor. He worked at the Guggenheim. He lived in Italy. He lived in France. He did the actual Helen Keller sculptor at the Helen Keller house. And me and this dude talk all the time. And I went down there. He gave me a sculpture that's sitting in the front yard. He gave me a bunch of marble.
What?
And so, yeah, it turned out we made friends with all these people down there. And actually, they're going back when I'm going to be in Texas. So I'm not going back on the third one, but they'll be down there a couple more times, and I'll go with them. But I know all those guys down there, man. It was really a fun project.
Did Todd bring you with because you can translate like that Alabama slang, or what? What was how did this?
I think he just knows I'm up for a road trip, and he was driving through Louisville
fair.
from Indy, so he was like, grab a bag, and I'll be like, I'm fucking out.
Todd's probably on his way, and he's probably like, Richie will entertain me.
You know that's got to be part of it. He's going to make that drive by himself.
What a mentality
up
for life,
driving.
though, dude.
That
No
fucker
shit.
texts and drives worse than anybody I ever met.
That's what Bowers was saying. He's like, he says he needs anxiety pills just to ride with him when they're on the road together.
Dude, so I end up driving because it's like he's going to be on his phone he's on the phone just as much when I'm driving as he does when he's driving. And I said something to him like, every once in a while he's like, whoa, I'm like, dude. But and here's something we can talk about real quick. Okay, me and him we're dudes, we're regular dudes, pick up trucks, whatever. You don't want to be a pussy, be like, hey man, excuse me, can you not like text and drive? But on the other hand, it's like it's annoying as fuck because you're like 6 hours you're gonna text and drive. I mean, so where do you draw the line with that? Where do you draw the line with that?
Why don't you just call people? That's what I don't understand. I guess it's rude because you're in the truck.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's your take on that?
I don't know.
You're going on a 6-hour trip. And the dude's texting and driving the whole entire time. What do you do?
I knew that was a thing with Todd the first fucking night I met him because I went to one of his shows and then I ended up hanging out with him and Vibs and Bowers and we had to go to a different bar and it was like 20 minutes away and Todd rode in my van and he was sitting in the back and every time I look back he's the whole way for 20 minutes he was just sitting on his phone just fucking texting the whole time. Didn't say anything to anybody. Like there was a whole van full of people that were just riding down for the show to get hammered with Todd, and he just sat there on his phone the whole fucking time.
I don't know. Is that like a mental validation thing? Like I love Todd, but like, man, like I don't know. Why do you got to be texting somebody or in contact with somebody at all times without? Like you would think you would try to be in the moment with the people you're with, right?
Well, and that's where the rubber meets the road with this for me. It's like, and the thing is too, the whole reason, I love Todd. I'm not going to say, I just, because the thing about he and I, we travel together, we just get along great. Like there's never a problem. Like he snores real bad and I spit in my sleep and cuss at people in my sleep. And so
like a llama.
He's cool with it. I'm cool with it. It works, But we're both laid back dudes, and I just don't want to be that dude. It bugged me just for the safety reason, really. And the other thing too is you're just sitting there the whole time. It's like you're just by yourself. So where do you draw the line on that?
When
I
he's
don't want to be that
texting-
guy that's like, oh, can you not, But on the other hand, what do you do?
When he's
You know?
texting, he isn't talking to you. Like he isn't able to hold a conversation.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
he is.
fuck
He
it,
goes
let
in
it go.
between. He is
So-
in between, but it's like I like traveling with him. So so that's one thing. If
Is
you're
he
gonna
a
travel
good-
with people, you got to be able to put up with other people's stuff you don't like. That
Is
makes
he
you
a
a good
good
traveler.
texter and driver?
No.
Be
I mean,
honest.
Yeah, he's all right.
Then let him go.
But here's the
Up
thing. But the
next
thing is,
after
too,
the
he'll
break,
do it.
we'll hear from Todd.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's in like busy ass 5 o'clock traffic in Birmingham, or he gonna do it anyway. If there's trucks blowing by, he's still doing it.
So tell me if this is wild. So when I was in college, I had a buddy of mine who was like, okay, like, do you want to go to go down to San Diego with me for the weekend? Like, yeah, no problem, whatever. He's like, all right, I'll pick you up at like 8. I'm like, all right, I'll see you at 8. And he pulls up, and in the passenger seat, he's got a Walmart bag full of DVDs. This motherfucker brought a DVD player.
Oh yeah.
And put it on the fucking dash of his car, and he watched Fast 5 for the first 3 hours we were driving.
Oh yeah.
I've never fucking met anybody who did that before.
Before
That's
I got
fucking
in,
wild.
Before I got into podcasts, which is only like 3 years ago, my job involves me driving around all the time. I'd put my iPad, I'd download Netflix shows or movies. I'd put my iPad in the passenger seat or the passenger side on the dashboard. And you'd glance at it, but you're obviously missing a whole bunch of the movie or the show, but you're being entertained by it. I'd do that all the time.
I thought
think
that was fucking
My
weird.
girlfriend didn't think it was that funny.
I think that him watching that movie, if it's somewhere in front of him like this, is way safer than texting and driving, because you're looking down and you're having to use your fingers and you are more distracted. Plus, he types it in. He doesn't ever use the microphone. I'm like, just say, hey, fucker, call me or something. He's like,
Yeah, just use
"Hey,
text
you
to talk
fucker."
like some people we know.
Yeah, but I put up with it because I like, that's my only complaint, and he's got it pretty much. I mean, he's got enough for me.
If you feel unsafe, like actually unsafe, I feel like it's worth addressing, but otherwise, let it go.
I'm with you on that.
I
And
know,
let
my
me tell you
brother,
something.
he's a hell of a texter and driver. I'll let him do it. He's a better driver actually when he's texting. When he's got 2 hands on the wheel, he kind of sucks.
That's
Right.
some good peripherals right there.
Just saying.
That's pretty cool. No, man, I love traveling's my thing, and I'm real careful with who I travel with. I've had so many bad experiences when you go out of town with a chick or something, or one of your buddies that's like super picky and everything's got. When you go on a vacation, dude, you got to be thinking, okay, I'm going to be 40% me and 60% you. Tanner, where you want to go? You want to go see the big ball of string? We're going to fucking do it. You want to go do this? Where you want to go?
Sure.
Because the adventures will find you. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be going everywhere you want to go. And that's what people do when they're on vacation. Everybody thinks it's their vacation. It's like, no, man, just go with the flow and fuck around. And that's one of the reasons he and I travel well together.
Yeah.
That's
I
fair.
take my girls camping, usually, quote unquote, COVID fucked that up, but I take my girls camping about every Halloween, and we go to just some state parks here in Indiana, and they do just like basically trick-or-treating at the camping sites in the state parks. And so you go and you set up your tent or trailer or whatever, and you just go around and have a good time with everybody, and it's a fucking amazing time. The girls love it. You sit out and have some s'mores by the fire and have a good time. And is it the best thing in the world when you have a 4 and a 7-year-old little girl? No, but you know what? You get together with your brother-in-law and you have a good ass fucking time.
Well, you know what? It's the kids. They're the best of the best and the worst of the worst. The best moments are the best moments you'll ever have. The worst are the worst, man.
Flags, actually, I've got on this case because, everyone, like I've been with my girlfriend for 3+ years now, and people are like, when you get married and having kids, I'm like, listen to how you fuckers talk about being married and having kids. All I ever hear is you bitching about it. Why would I be
Hey,
in a hurry?
motherfucker, I don't bitch.
Not you in general. But why would I be in any hurry to get to what you guys are at? And then people are like, oh, okay. So now Flex, he'll freaking send me texts of like cute shit his kids are doing or stuff he's doing with his family. Like instead of the whining, like I got it reversed. Now he's like, hey, redeeming quality of having kids.
So
like
that's
that.
what you and Flex talk about. Me and you talk about dessert.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, watch it. No, you don't send people things of your kids doing stuff. I mean, it's like you don't go to a play unless your kid's in it, you know? I mean,
all right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm kidding. I send shit out about my granddaughter all the time. God damn, she's so fucking cute.
Hold on, Richie. We actually were doing some equations the last time you were on, or after last time you were on. Apparently, you've had sex because you have kids or kid, and so you've had sex twice. Got it.
2 times sex
Right.
haver confirmed.
Right. So, have you? What's you've been married, divorced? What's the deal? What's up
Yeah,
with?
I've been divorced. I've been married one time. You don't know what that's like, Marco. But anyway, I've been married one time, and then I've been divorced for about 14 years. And my son Julian is 16, and my daughter Sunny just turned 21.
Okay,
And,
she had my daughter, which we've seen on Instagram, which is way too cute to be your grandkid.
I know. I make pretty kids, man. I tell you what, I'm only good at 2 things with my boots on, and making kids is one of them.
Wait, what are you good at
Fucking
with
God.
no boots on?
Fucking.
Making babies and fucking are 2 separate things. Come on.
You're in the TA, baby.
Richie, the more you talk, the more you sound like half my fucking family. It's fucking wild.
I'm from Indiana, man. Fuck, I'm from out there, dude.
Good old Hoosiers.
You know where Fredericksburg is, right?
Yep.
Oh,
God.
that
Out
clan
150?
country? That's got to be clan country.
Yeah. We don't talk about that anymore, but you know, there's history.
No, we're not clan. We're classy. Classy with a K.
Oh, God.
Wonder if there's a guy that stutters real bad that somebody thinks he's in the clan.
I
He's
know.
He's trying to say, clock or something.
I know for a fact.
I think he's in the clan.
Just the way you said that, I know that there is like a Southern Indiana 4-H club called the Classy Cruisers or something like that. Sponsored by the American Knights.
Crazy classy good.
Oh my God! That you said that too naturally. You played softball against those kids as a youngin', didn't you?
As a kid.
No, he played in the adult league against him.
Oh my God!
Pitching shoes and all that bullshit.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
jeez.
That's crazy. Oh, you know what else too? Hold on. Let me show you something.
If he comes back with a hood, we gotta end it. We gotta end it.
We gotta get out of
Cutting
here.
you off
We'll
right
get
now.
banned from YouTube.
Let me see if I can find it. I found it. Oh no, I put it up. I was gonna show you a picture of me but I think I put it in the file cabinet in there. But all that shit I found at my ex-wife's house. I found all these old pictures, and I found this one of me and my cousin Steve standing in front of the grain bin in the barn, and I'm wearing my flannel shirt, my decal seed corn hat. I mean, fuck, I was red as fuck.
I love the farm picture, but I'm a pioneer guy myself. Decal is the ultimate competitor.
Oh, well, excuse me, Mr. Snobby. Those were like the rich folks around where we were from. The pioneer people were like, whoa.
It's the reverse up here. If you afford decal, like you had the new pickup.
Really? It was the other way around back then. The rich people had the pioneer seed corn.
Yeah, when you were a kid though, like they were the dominant company from what I heard, but
yeah, but decal, man, with that ear of corn with the wings on it. Come on, man.
It's a badass logo. I will give them that.
I looked up some patches the other day, and the decal patch, and the cheapest one I could find was $12. I'm like,
Hey, Ronnie, welcome back to the whitest conversation you've ever heard.
We have old patches I could give you. I have an old decal patch.
do you?
Yeah,
Would you really?
What's going on?
Yeah, I'll send you one.
If
My-
you
my
give me one, I'll do something badass with it.
Yeah,
My teeth are floating. I had to take a piss. What the fuck's going on?
They're talking
we were just talking about
Pioneer
seed company and
decal
shit.
patches.
Trash Man has no idea about that stuff. They don't have row crops out where you're from. It's all
Yeah,
vegetables.
they don't know nothing about that. That was the Nike of our area.
I don't know. I hear all this stuff all the time at work, but the Pioneer logo and then the decal logo are like the third and fifth most recognizable logo is in the world.
What?
Literally.
Wait,
Because when people
third and
come from
fifth.
other countries and stuff, and they're global companies, I don't know if you knew that. They're all around the
Right.
world. But when you come from
That's what
other
global
countries and you drive on like the interstates, what do you see? All the signs on all the fields.
So what's
like-
1,
like-
2, and 4?
I'm sure
What-
it's got to be like
McDonald's,
Ford,
right?
GM,
Mac. What? How do you pronounce McDonald's?
McDonald's.
Okay, McDonald's. All right.
I'd say probably
well,
Apple.
that's wrong.
McDonald's.
McDonald's
What's
at
2 and 4?
I want to know what he calls Schlotsky's Deli.
Schlotsky's Deli.
That's some good shit,
What is
Richie.
Schlotsky's Deli?
Oh, it's
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know what Schlotsky's is?
Well, I know they're Polacks if they're Schlotsky's.
Oh my God! I'm just kidding. That's okay. Polacks. You don't hear that. That's the most racist thing we've said on this podcast.
You guys don't call each other out by like your origin.
What?
Every
You
old
said-
white guy up here in the world, he'll walk in like you walk into the grocery store. Well, this is pre-COVID, but like you'd see like Les and Bob and Will. They'd all be like, "Oh, you Norwegian piece of shit!" Like, shut up, you Swede.
Yeah,
I just grew up with this shit.
the fucking.
Hey man, I got one word. I got one word for the guy making fun of Polacks. Bagel.
Bagels.
What is? I don't understand. Bagel, bagel.
The guy at the fucking.
How do you spell bag?
Bag, bagel.
right.
Tanner.
Tanner,
I-
the problem is when you have about as German of a name as Flagel, sometimes the Aryan race you try to disassociate with.
What?
So you try to stay away from like those stereotypical names and stuff.
That's a left-hand turn,
I
Clyde.
don't understand how you are Flagel with an E because I call you Flegs. It doesn't make sense to me.
They didn't call you Flagel?
Oh, I've
Yeah,
been called
I would
Flagel.
call-
I've been called Flagel. I've been called
Flagel.
Fleagle. I've
It
been
had to be called Fraggle.
Fraggle Rock. Yeah,
Fraggle,
was a
that's
very
funny.
common. Yeah.
Fraggle Rock was pretty badass, dude.
What the fuck is
Honestly,
Fraggle Rock?
I think the only funny nickname I ever had was I have a buddy of mine to this day that calls me Twatson. That's about it. That's the only funny one.
Hilarious. Knocked it
Twat.
out of the park.
We
Yeah.
had a kid in our neighborhood named Bobby Benjalink, and I called him Bobby Boobalink, which fucking murdered when you're 7 years old. And
Yeah.
Bobby Boobalink. What about those names? Remember? Okay, what was the names? You ever notice when you're talking about the school, when you're telling a story about growing up, you can tell when somebody's telling the truth by the name that you used for your friends back then. Like I went back to my last high school. I've only been to one high school reunion. And who do I run into? The coolest chick in the school that used to live around the corner, Marcy Tenenbaum. Now, is Marcy Tenenbaum the greatest chick I used to go to high school with name ever? Marcy
Fair enough.
Tenenbaum.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's a pretty awesome.
Like, what was the
name.
name? Okay, what was the name of your school bully? Everybody had you know the name of my guy? Bobby Geddick. Is that a
Geddick?
bully name or not? Bobby Geddick.
You can't make that shit up.
That fucker was coming down the
I'm
hall.
actually,
Everybody
like-
ran the other way.
I don't
I'm
know
trying to
if I
think
have
who-
a name or a bully.
Mine was Tony. I don't remember his last name, but my
All you
fourth
need is
grade,
Tony.
5th grade elementary, he stole my girlfriend. His name was Tony. So
We didn't have a school bully. We had a school like guy who we thought was gonna shoot up the school, so everyone was trying to be nice to him. And he legally, as soon as he turned 18, he legally changed his name to Cloud. He's in prison.
Oh,
like
He's in
Meta World
prison
Peace?
now.
I was
Yeah.
gonna ask. Yeah. Okay.
There we
He, no, shortly after we got out of high school, he put a bomb in his foster parents' like oven or some shit. I don't know. It was something fucking wild.
They must have been kitchen folks. if that bitch couldn't, the bitch couldn't cook, she'd still be alive right now.
No, apparently she didn't cook because she didn't die. Eventually they found it, but yeah.
Biscuits are ready.
That's hilarious.
No.
I guess if I had a school bully, his name was Alex Arntz. But
actually, now that I think about it, I did have a school bully. It was just he was one of my closest friends. His name was Travis.
Same. He was one of my buddies too.
Yeah.
So.
He was in my wedding, and we actually met because he used to fuck with me when I was a little kid. He used to beat the living shit out of me, and then I got into karate lessons, and then I kicked him in the dick one time, and then he's like, "I like you," and then we became friends.
God damn it! That's a beautiful story. It is a beautiful. That's the essence of being a dude.
No shit.
You get kicked on, you take lessons, you kick him in the dick, and then he goes, "I like you." That's how you make sense to a dude. That's beautiful.
Oh my god!
I was talking to my brother-in-law about this because I had 3 groomsmen and then my brother-in-law in my wedding, and I was talking to him. He's like, "So how'd you meet the other 3 guys?" It's like probably a week before the wedding, and I was like, "Well, Travis used to pick on me, and then I kicked him in the dick. Quaid and me got in a fight over something stupid in playing football." And then I'm like, and Tyler, he just used to fuck with everyone, and eventually he just got the shit kicked out of him by 2 of our friends. And then I jumped in and helped him out. I'm like, so technically, if you think about it, all 3 of these guys I met because of fighting. And
Right.
he's kind of a nerdier guy, and he's like, "You met your friends because you fought with them?" And I said, "Yeah, that's not how you met your friends."
Right then, you should have kicked him in the dick.
Marco, you got to get going.
Yeah, I do. Hey, fellas, I enjoyed it. I gotta get Bree to bed, so you guys stay on, rock on, and I will see you guys after the holidays.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks,
Send our
Marco.
best to Bree.
Hey, Marco, go fuck yourself. Tell her to get better.
All right, guys, later.
See you,
Peace,
buddy.
brother.
Yeah, we had the most dangerous type of bully because we had a bully with a lisp. Yeah.
Whoa.
That's an angry guy right there, dude. You got a bully that stutters? That's the most dangerous. I mean, dude.
Was he picked on when he was like young, and then he got bigger than everybody else? Is that how
And
that
he got
works?
as big as
Yeah.
a fucking house, dude.
I
Oh
think-
man, that was funny.
When I was in first grade the first time, there was a kid named Tim, and he used to pick on everybody. He was this ginger kid with a lisp, and he was just like twice the size of everyone else. And
Was it his third time in first grade, or how does that work?
No, I think it was his second time. It was my first time, but he ended up getting expelled like 2 years later, so I never really saw him again.
His name was Kim.
Tim
Oh,
Gaddy. Tim Gaddy. He was a redheaded kid who weighed almost 200 pounds in like first grade. He was
Dude, check this out. We had a foreign
okay. He
exchange.
wasn't Tanner. I'm embellishing. He was probably like $135. He was big. I'm not joking.
Okay, that makes.
Go ahead, Rich.
We had a kid in our class, a foreign exchange student from Cambodia, and his name was Bong, B-O-N-G, Bong.
Okay.
And they bring him in. They bring him into science class, and my science teacher, Mr. Wood, goes, "Hey, everybody, this is Bong." And so, of course, it's just silence, and everybody's kind of looking at each other. And I said, "Come here, Bong, before I fill you with water and hit you." We got in trouble for that, but it really happened. That was funny. I was talking to Marcy Tenenbaum just the other night. I just talked to her, and she said, "Man, you remember that stuff you said about Bong?" I was like, "Yeah."
Smoke weed with her behind school.
That's right.
Good.
Yeah.
I like how you just have this guy fucking just sitting there listening to all this bullshit right now.
Yeah, we're about to hang out in a minute when I check out of this damn thing. How often do you guys do these podcasts?
Try to go weekly.
Yeah. I'm going to stop in again sometime.
What are you
You're
drinking,
always
Richie?
welcome back.
Yeah, what's the poison today?
Shout out to Evan Lewis Comedy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Our next
We got a
guest, you didn't
.com?
know that, but Richie's going to get us in contact with him.
That's
What the
right.
16 crimes.
19 crimes.
19 crimes.
That's
19. I'm fucking dyslexic, guys. God damn it.
Oh, my God.
Well, then it should be 91, you dumb dick.
Caught me there.
Right?
How are
So
you
that's
in
what I got
Kentucky
going on.
drinking some red wine? Like, shouldn't you
Yeah.
be drinking some bourbon or something?
Man, bourbon doesn't like me the next day, man.
Oh,
Damn.
Bourbon, it's great. And I love it, but it's like it just doesn't. Man, the next day I feel like my bones are gonna break.
Same.
You know. And let me give you a little tip too: never argue with somebody who's got purple wine lips. Ever.
okay.
Go
If a
on.
person has purple wine lips, you cannot have an argument with them because you're gonna lose.
I like
By the time I know it's time to go to bed, I got those strips.
We need to start making a graphic, like every time you come on, of just all the advice you give us. Because you're not thinking like, I got 10 things that I have
Tanner,
to tell these guys. This just comes off the top of your head, and I love it.
Tanner, be quiet. I was gonna write all these down, and we're gonna make a book, and I was gonna sell it, and we're gonna get rich.
There you go.
Okay.
We're gonna start with.
You just screwed up a 6 and a
listen.
9 on a bottle of wine, but you're going to write a book? Okay.
Fucking A cotton. Spell
already did
check,
write a
bitch.
book.
I mean, well, 6 and 9, yeah.
You wrote a book?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote a book on parenting.
I feel like you told us that, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last time.
I
I
like the
actually-
fact that none of us
so-
can remember it.
It's a re-release. Aren't you releasing it again soon here?
I'm working on it right now. I'm gonna re-release it.
Yeah, I remember. I think I messaged you on Twitter about it. I think I was
Yeah.
gonna try to get a copy once you get it re-released.
Listen, if nothing else, let's get Pussy Almost Worth It out there and see how it goes.
Okay, we'll
I think-
literally make this. If you can co-sign with us, we will totally go.
Listen, you guys go ahead and do it, and I'll share it with you in whatever way. How about that? And do what you want with it. How about that?
All right.
If we get rich enough, we'll just throw a big party.
This is going to be our first line of merch.
This will be the first thing. This will be the first thing. We'll just do whatever, do it however you guys want to do it. And you know what? If it's something cool, if nothing else, we're gonna make a shitload of money and or have a great time. So,
Or
I don't
just
give a
have
shit.
some kick-ass T-shirts, honestly.
dude, when you lay in bed tonight, you're gonna think about the concept just for a second. You really are. You're gonna be like, God damn.
Either that.
And your wife's gonna go, "What are you laughing at?" Nothing.
Yeah. I was about to say,
Roll over, baby.
if I laugh like that, she'll be like, "The fuck did you guys talk about on that podcast?" Like, I don't even remember. I blank out after about 10 minutes after.
We talked about your beaver. Well,
Like-
listen, man. Let me. I'll come see you guys sometime in the near future. Jump on here again with you.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
I like
You're
that,
always
Matt.
welcome back. You
guys
tell
are
your
always
buddy.
fun.
You tell your buddy Evan that he'll be getting on next time. So we'll reach out to him.
Yeah, I'll give him your info too. Get him on there. He's really funny and really good. And he's like, I totally took him under my wing. So I'm
And
showing him all the stuff that I know.
he talks shit to us without even knowing us, and I like that.
True.
Yeah.
Before you go,
He's a cocky fucker. He's already been banned from a couple places. He don't take no shit. He doesn't. Dude, he doesn't. Go fucking sell it.
I love it.
Dude, I'm hanging out with this chick and she goes, and she would go, I've just been dating her for a little bit. And she would, when I'd say something dorky, she'd go, bump.
You fuck.
And yeah, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. How fucking-
Yeah.
Oh, it's like,
That used
honey,
to be my move.
and you're not as funny as me, and you're not even a comedian. You can't say that to a comedian. You can't bump me. So I kind of, and it's brand new love. So I'm like, honey, it's kind of. So she comes to visit. She lives in Texas. She comes to visit, and Evan's out here, and he goes. He said something, and she bumped him, and he's smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "Listen, honey. You don't bump a comedian." And she starts trying to explain it and all this, and he just fucking rammed her head in the mud. It was great. And I said, see what I'm talking about? And I'm not the asshole. But he was like, bitch, what did you say to me? Oh, it was, I mean, she went like that. He's awesome, dude. I love
You
the
guys still
kid.
together?
Yeah, I'm going down there.
Awesome.
Happy.
She's a massage therapist. She's a massage therapist at the ranch I used to work on.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Before you leave, we always end with local shit shows. You had a hilarious one last time. Has anything happened in the last like 6 to 8 weeks around your neck of the woods or in your travels that is just like a hilariously outlandish story?
Well, I think I already used it with the damn Sylacauga, Alabama. Can you believe that shit?
No shit. That is a pretty wild one.
Who gets hit by lightning 4 fucking times, twice after you're dead? How much did God hate you? It didn't hit the lady with the mummified kids under the bed. It hit this other asshole.
Fair enough.
You know, and it says on his tombstone, freaking Obama, you know, because that's who he blamed for it.
Oh, my God.
All right, man.
I'm
get
sorry,
going.
it just said Hillary's emails. That's all it said. See, they're still killing people.
That's where the hard drives are buried.
That's right. You know what's in there? What's underneath those hard drives? Hunter Biden's laptop. That's what's in there. You dig it up, you find it, son of a bitch. What about people that, okay, I'm not even going to get into the Trump thing, but what about the people that think this election is fair? Is unfair. They can't find evidence. How? What the fuck is going on? How?
Honestly, I avoid any political news.
Let's just skip it. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
The world's just so bored. We want they need to come up with something new to think about.
They want to turn the U.S. electoral whatever into the Keeping Up with the Kardashians. It just is going to become breaking news.
It's
like,
either Russia won
the same fucking shit over and over again.
Yeah, it's either Russia won or it was hijacked. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably both.
Can you imagine? Okay, you know what? Can you imagine how hard it would be if you just wanted to cast your own self, fake one illegal vote, just one. You go in there, you got to give them your all your information, where you live, and all your info, so they can match it up, and they match it up, and they have a way to match it up. If you were going to cheat in an election, how would you do it? That's my question.
I've never even had the thought.
Right.
I've never thought
because
about
all we
it
want
that
to
way.
do as Americans, whether you're Republican or Democrat, is just want to fucking vote. That's it.
Right.
So how in the fuck would we? If we let's figure out if collectively we can get together, pussy almost worth it, and get one illegal vote in an election. As a team, we should be able to pull it off, right?
And then we'll write the tell-all book about it later.
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly thought about it. My dad died this year, and I looked in the book because I had my mouth full.
No, you literally.
And I thought about going back in again and voting. It's totally illegal, but I totally could have passed it off, especially with the mask.
Oh, for sure.
So.
Oh shit! This might be.
Wait. Let's think about that for a second. Okay. I'm not even.
Most states don't check dead people.
So in California, like it's really easy to get away with. My wife's grandfather passed away this year, and he got sent his mail-in ballot to his house.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean there was a vote that went through. When you think about it for a second, one, I feel like this. Okay, I feel like I think everybody should be able to vote, put in one vote for a dead person if you knew who they were going to vote for.
Vote by proxy.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Everybody gets one person.
Proxy from heaven or hell.
Take your grandma. If you already knew, but you have to know who she would have voted for. And as long as you did, you can send it in for her. Lick the stamp and send that fucker in. That'd be great.
Sure as shit, some fucking dude in Texas would be pissed off about his aunt not leaving him his trust fund or some shit. He's like, I'm voting for Biden just so that bitch burns in hell or some shit.
I feel like this is a reverse electoral college or some sort of shit, like equal representation, you plus a dead person. You know, that way your voice really gets heard.
Right. Well, how? Okay. how one of the things I think would be super cool is if you could do a lot of shit after you were dead. Like one of the things I've already done, okay, is planned for my funeral. I'm not going to have a funeral. I'm going to have a roast.
Yep.
Oh, I love
You know what
that.
my dad?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've already planned out all the songs on how I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it a celebration, not a sad thing. I'm going to make it. See, I went to my dad's funeral, and the preacher got 20 minutes, and he didn't even hang out with my dad. And I thought,
It's a big set.
that's a big set. He had the longest set of the fucking night. He headlined the thing, and it's like all these other people that know him and love him get 2 or 3 minutes, and this prick gets 20. I think he did like 21. I don't know. I lighted him a couple times, but anyway, I thought how stupid that is. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to let everybody that know and loves me have 2 to 3 minutes apiece. Let's say 3 minutes apiece. There can't be any open micers there. It's got to be all professional comedians. Open micers can give out, they can be ushers.
I like this.
I'd
Right.
vote that role.
Good God.
Yeah, but everybody else who loves me or is a comic gets 3 minutes. Bam. And then just tell the fucking kookiest, stupidest story. And then let's all drink like crazy. And I want to drink. I want people to be drinking during the service.
Open bar funerals.
Fucking A, dude.
That's
Yeah.
So
Kick it.
I saw this. It's so a buddy of mine's brother passed away like 3 years ago or something like that.
Mhm.
And his brother was like, he had cancer, so he kind of knew he was going. And he had a headstone customized before he died.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, Trevor, why are you doing that? He's like, I wanted to do something that my brother could go visit and he would like. And I'm like, what? And I didn't look at it or anything. Then at his funeral, I looked at the headstone, and there's a hole in the top of the headstone that fits a perfect Coors Light glass bottle, and you can pour it down in, and there's a hole that goes down into the dirt. So anytime my buddy goes and visits his brother, he flips a Coors Light bottle upside down. He sits there and he drinks a beer. I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
That is beautiful. That's the second beautiful thing you've said tonight. Now, except for the fact that that thing's made out of metal, it's eventually going to rust and the critters are going to get after him. But besides that, that's a beautiful story, man.
And a waste of beer.
Yeah.
But the sentiment is cool.
The sentiment's really cool.
The sentiment's really cool.
Yeah, no, if you go up to the local cemetery, there's always a glass bottle inside that headstone. Like, he just leaves it there.
Let's be honest. Why aren't cemeteries and places like that more fun? I mean, come on.
I've had this idea before. You know, families get buried together a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get buried with my family, but then we just lay it out like a chessboard, and then you just put the gravestones on wheels, and then just do family reunions at like the gravesite, and the kids can be playing chess and shit like that.
Playing chess, great grandma's the queen.
I'm
Shit
just saying,
that.
like, I've had dumber ideas. I think this could play.
Well, I mean, if it had like a headstone that was a chessboard, that'd be pretty badass, right?
Yeah.
Just like a legit chessboard on top of a headstone.
Backgammon board.
Oh yeah, I like that. All the families all buried together, but you have different games on top of each.
I know
Yeah, why couldn't you?
headstone.
Sean Latham's is going to be a fucking cornhole board.
He'll be like on Coco on Dia de los Muertos. He'll be just like tossing cornhole across the bridge or something.
Oh, I bet you hit.
Richie, you got to get going, man. We want to be respectful of your time.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. I was going to tell you that Sean, I'm a pretty damn good cornhole player, and I talked to Sean, and I started, of course, talking shit. You know, Sean, we're talking shit immediately on how bad we're going to kick each other's ass.
Oh yeah.
He kicked my ass pretty damn good, man. It was pretty. He can throw bags.
He was playing like a shit ton for a while. I mean, he was at the beach like freaking every weekend.
They'd play cornhole in the backyard every weekend, all summer.
I love cornhole, dude. That's really, you think about how many games that you can have more fun with that than cornhole.
So
we found this game called Can Jam. You ever heard of it?
No.
Yeah, throw it the frisbee.
It's like 2 garbage cans. You set them like 20 feet apart, and 1 frisbee. And the garbage can has like a little slot, like a little mail slot kind of on the front of it. And if you throw it's teams of 2, so just like cornhole. You throw the frisbee. If it hits the can or whatever, it's 2 points. If you throw it and your partner hits the frisbee and then it hits the can, it's 1. But if you put it through the pizza slot, that's what we call it, the little mail slot, whatever, you win the game. And you play to 21 or whatever. It is fun as shit. We started doing this at my buddy's bachelor party. And I'm a fat guy, but I love like diving for shit and just being stupid. I dove for one, like over the can. I hit it. I don't even think it got close. But then I ended up doing like a somersault and I rolled into the firewood pile. And
nice.
It's a hell of a time. We had a good ass time playing that. I had as much fun doing that as I did bag toss.
What do you call it?
Can jam.
Have you played that game on the beach where you take that post and put it in the ground about 6 feet tall and set a beer on it and throw a frisbee at it?
Oh, yeah.
And if you hit the thing and knock the beer off, you seen that one?
What's
that called?
Beersby.
Polish horseshoe.
Polish horseshoes. I love it.
What it is.
We call it Beersby here, but I'm going to start calling it Polish horseshoes.
I'm going to call it frizz poles. Frizz poles. Get it? Frizz poles. It's on a pole, and we're making fun of Polacks. God damn, son. The genius is right here in front of you. I'm trying to help you with it. Frizz poles. Pole poles. I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'm going to jump, fellas. Listen, it was great talking to you. Let's do this again soon sometime. If something interesting happens, I'll be sure to call you guys up. You're doing a great job.
All right.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you, Richie.
You're at Rich Ragins on Twitter. Find him at Rich Ragins on all the social media. If you're in San Antonio, go find him. He'll be down there December 4th and 5th doing stand-up. You have yourself one hell of a Thanksgiving, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
You too, guys. See you later.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
See, he's doing this trick. He's still in the Zoom call. He can hear us. Now we're going to talk shit. And he's going to come back in and bust us like the parent.
Yep.
Think you're funny, Rich. That was a hell of a time. I did not know we were going to have – we're not done yet, by the way. We have to do local shit shows. But I did not know we were going to have Stefan Logan on. I also didn't think we were going to have Rich on to start. So I thought we were going to have like a minute to gather our thoughts or whatever. This took me off guard big time.
we dove in dick first. All sorts of bad.
Let's jump into local shit shows. Flags, you got anything?
Oh, just the first half of the Colts game, and then the second half of the Colts game, we came back and beat the fucking Packers. So, fuck you.
Terrible local shit show. But thank you.
That's lame as shit.
Anybody else?
I do. I mean,
let's hear it, TA.
This actually. So, we've been doing live streams here at PSC. I've been doing the technical side of that bit behind it, and so we have young people.
Oh, you're gonna do this?
Yes, I am, Ronnie.
Oh, fuck.
So we had a kid in there, nice guy, was hired to do TikTok. Had him on, had to have been on some sort of substance. Had to have been. Like he went a mile a minute. I believe you can still watch it. But he just spoke in preteen terms, like low key every fucking 5 seconds. And it was the most annoying thing. And so Trevor and I were talking, and we had banded around about, and he had told me that this kid said that his time here was going to be short, and that he was going to work at Barstool soon. So the stream ends. It's pretty funny. We hang up. Sure enough, this past week, he breaks into the office.
Where?
Like the Barstool office.
The Barstool HQ office.
And it's mentioned on the rundown.
That was that kid, huh?
That was
he worked at PSC.
He worked at PSC for like 2 days. and literally breaks in, haunts the ever living fuck out of Michelangelo. I feel bad for him for interacting with him, but and mentioned as the Barstool stalker, and like I didn't get wind of it until Trev said, "Hey, I'd like to record a video. Can you edit it and get it out?" And I was like, "What'd I do?" Like thinking I was in trouble, and then that's when I got it all explained to me and watched the rundown. And so, literally, this fucking kid who has stalker level tendencies is on uppers to all hell, breaks in like a crazy motherfucker to Barstool Sports.
I talked to a guy at Barstool, and I guess he talked to like quite a few different people there, and he like literally was sending out like 3 to 4 messages to different Barstool employees a day.
What?
Yeah. Like
Wow.
Like asking like, hey, do you need someone here? Do you need someone here? Like one person, I think he messaged like 8 to 9 times in like a week.
What in the hell?
Like it was nuts. And I told him, I totally called the shot. Like, you can go watch the video, and I said this is gonna be my local shit show. So here you go.
Fucking Flex over there, half pissed up with the hiccups right now.
He's got the cartoon hiccups.
Do you have a local shit show, or should we keep moving? Okay. I don't really have one other than I just got off COVID. I had COVID. I was fortunate enough to survive. I got out pretty mellow. Now my girlfriend's on quarantine, and the house is going to be as decorated as you could possibly imagine. So I'm excited to see what she can do. She's actually very talented with that.
My wife's starting to decorate literally on Thanksgiving. So
we had but it ran through the farm pretty much, so everyone was either confined to a tractor or a semi or at home. So my roommate, right, Danny, he lives with me, but he obviously didn't want to get COVID, so he decided to stay at his parents this week. And I've told you before, it's kind of like loose up here, so he's still able to use his phone and stuff like that. Well, I just assumed like he wouldn't be up to date with all the sports and stuff like that when he was at home. He was like giving me play-by-play because he assumed that I couldn't get the game because the FCC is stupid, and I live so close to Minnesota that I'm in the Minnesota Vikings local market instead of the Packers. So he was like giving me play-by-play. So my Amish roommate was making sure I didn't miss any part of the Packer game. I kind of wish he would have, or I kind of wish I would have now. But yeah, I guess that's my local shit show. I live such a weird life.
Don't we all though?
Trash man, hit us with your local shit show, and let's wrap this up.
All right. So this morning I'm at work, and there's a place called NorCal Manufacturing here in town. It's like a large aerospace like vacuum company. Like they make like vacuum chambers and shit like that. Anyways, so they have like kind of like sort of security around the area. And I'm pulling up and I'm backing into this place. And I think it's one of the workers like walking down the sidewalk right there. And then I look in my left mirror and I see him stop. And then I look in my right mirror and then I look back in my left mirror and he's gone. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like thinking, I'm looking at my backup mirror. He's not my backup camera. He's not my backup camera. Then I look over in the right mirror. This motherfucker jumped on the step of my truck.
Whoa.
And I kept like yelling at him to get off the step. He's like, just give me a ride back to the bay. Just give me a ride back to the bay. I'm like, what? And then I heard him like, oh, okay. So he just rode on the back of my truck for like fucking probably 300 yards.
What?
Going in reverse. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I stop where I need to pick up the dumpsters, right? And then this guy fucking darts, like straight books it. That's odd. Why would an employee run?
What
like,
in the hell?
He's trying to run a fucking 4-4 here in the parking lot. Like, what the fuck is going on? And then this guy I see periodically comes over, and he's kind of breathing heavily. And he's like, "Have you seen a heavier set guy with a blue mask, blue flannel, white T-shirt, raggedy pants, boots that are untied, kind of?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he was just on the back of my truck." And he's like, "Where did he go?" And I said, "That way." "Why?" And he's like, he like slept inside our welding room. He just broke in and slept in there. I'm like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Yeah, no, I'm trying to catch him because he broke into our facility, and then I caught him, and then he booked it, and then I didn't know where he was, and I saw your garbage truck, and I figured he might be stupid enough to jump on it." And I said, "Well, he was."
What the hell?
So I'm there for probably like 30 minutes doing all the shit, like dumping all their dumpsters. They have like 10 of them. And then all of a sudden, I'm like still standing there, and the guy who's on the back of my truck runs back by me. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And I look over, and here comes a line of like 6 NorCal employees chasing this guy through the parking lot. And NorCal, you don't have to be very physically fit to work at NorCal. It's kind of a easy man's job. So this guy who isn't in very good shape is outrunning all these employees by quite a large margin. And it was just the funniest fucking thing in the world. But luckily, they actually called the real cops instead of the security that's there. And 3 YPD were sitting at the exit to get out. And yeah. And then I had to give a statement on how he ended up back in the Bay Area, like the Bay part. And the fucking like shift manager or whatever there was like reaming my ass like he was my boss, like when I was giving my statement. And I told him, I said, "Dude, you have fucking 500 people who work here. You think I know who the fuck you have that works here?" Like,
It's bizarre.
yeah, it was the weirdest like 6
thought you were
o'clock in the
gonna
morning
say-
thing
I
I've
thought you
ever
were gonna
had.
say this was like a prison inmate who escaped. At first.
No,
The way you're
this-
describing him, I'm like, hell yeah! You finally ran into a dude who escaped prison. I've been waiting for this to happen.
No, not escape prison. So I got the lowdown on the guy. So he's wanted on parole in Washington for something,
Very nice.
and he like hitchhiked his way here, and like a few other things. I got a hold of a buddy of mine at the jail, and he told me, he's like, "Yeah, the dude, he's like not wanted for anything like big, but like he has a couple parole violations. Like he violated parole coming to California, a few other things." And apparently all he asked for when he got to jail was, "Can I have a car to go back to Washington? I don't like it here."
Very nice.
Yeah. But
I lived up to the hype that you always run into the most bizarre.
well, the thing is, so when you drive around for a living, like I was trying to explain this to my in-laws. When you drive around for a living and you like I literally interact with like 1,000+ people a week. You
Yeah.
see some stupid shit
Yeah,
always.
can vouch for that. I mean, I don't interact with thousands of people, but I mean, I do drive around for a living, so I totally get you there.
Yeah, I did a customer count on how many customers I pick up a week, and it's 1,600, like 1,643.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Damn. Flags, how you doing, buddy?
It's one of these fucking hiccups. I don't know what's going on.
I've never seen somebody so mad about having the hiccups. He's just like evil eyeing us over there, like, I want to participate in this podcast. Fucking can't even get through a freaking sentence.
I want to fucking laugh because Trash Man's fucking stories are ridiculous, but I can't even fucking laugh with this bullshit.
Oh my god, he's pissed about the hiccups. I love this. Well, I think we're gonna call it a night unless anyone has anything else. This will drop on Thanksgiving. That's the plan. TA,
What?
we're gonna drop this on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
All right. So happy Thanksgiving, happy Turkey Day, everybody listening. Appreciate you jumping on Stefan Logan and Richie Ragins. this is so dumb that we get to have awesome guests like this. This is so cool.
We just randomly luck into stupid shit too.
Yeah, and it sounds like we're gonna have some
poor time management.
It sounds like we're gonna have some pretty incredible guests in the future. I have some really cool opportunities. So, really looking forward to doing that with you guys. For everyone listening, thank you once again. If you could subscribe, rate, review, all the good stuff to the podcast. We're obviously trying to grow this and just keep doing a better job. If you leave a review, make it hilarious, roast us, rip us apart, give us actual feedback, whatever. But if it is noteworthy, we will read them on an episode of the Anomalies because there's already some pretty funny ones out there. I don't know if you guys ever go on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and read the reviews. There's actually some
pretty funny.
Yeah, there's some pretty damn funny ones out there. So I like the brains of the people listening.
Have you ever I'm curious on really who listens to this?
It's quite the wide variety. With the statistics we get.
It's quite the smorgasbord of people.
We're heavy in the U.S., but we actually have a little bit in the U.K.
Yeah.
Send us a DM. Let us know, where are you from? Let us know what you're up to.
Hi.
That's my wife there.
TA's wife. He just said hello to everyone.
But yeah. New Zealanders, inbox us. We want to know what you're doing when you're listening to us when we're asleep.
Yeah. It's a completely different world over there. The toilets flush the other direction. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna wrap up. The next time you hear us, Flags probably will still have the hiccups because this appears to be a hell of a case. Our guests were Stefan Logan and Richie Ragins. Look them up, follow along with them, support the comedian, support the now new podcaster, part of Pro Sports Extra, Stefan Logan, and that's gonna be Let's Talk Football, I think. I'm at Vanilla Gorilla, at JJ Flegel, at Trashman Ronnie, at Tyler Allen, at K Pasta Primo. Shout out Bree on her surgery. Hope the recovery is going really well. Follow us on all of our social media at the Anomalies Pod and the Anomalies on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. And we are out of here. Everybody have yourself a great Thanksgiving.
Fuck.
Let's fucking go.
Is he?
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry,
Brian.
Don't invite me to your career day.
Yeah, you ate the shrimp and had Jack Daniels, and you got fucked up.
Yeah. Your memory's so good, Tyler.